For Noise episode 553, we are joined by a variety of lovely people. We have Chance.
That's me.
We have Tabby.
Howdy.
And we have Gianna.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
You scratched me a little bit doing that.
Did I?
Yeah. Now you're not, because it's mostly your finger, but you're nailing it.
Oh, did I do this the last time? Like this.
Don't do that.
Yeah, so fun times. A bunch of lovely people here. Lovely times.
Times are lovely indeed.
Yeah.
Gianna's playing with slime, so
What
everything's
else
normal.
is new?
What kind of slime is it?
This is crystal clear slime from the concoction factory, but it
Crystal
cooked in the car
clear?
it cooked in the car for a little bit, so it's no longer crystal clear. It's like a translucent, but not clear.
Is it extra sticky since it's been sitting in the heat?
Yup.
And do you like that better?
It's new slime to me now.
Okay.
Like, it's definitely not how the slime originally was.
Got a new
I think
lease on life.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Tony's stealing my slime.
I have
That's
that
wholesome slime.
that like slime stuff that you're supposed to use for cleaning your car or like your keyboard, you know?
Yeah.
And that shit I brought out to clean my car recently. And I guess I don't know, I left it outside. It was warm out. It was like 80 something degrees, but it was in the shade. But when I went to use it, that shit was like a fucking the straight Elmer's glue.
Oh my
Pretty
God.
much by the time I actually used it, and I just opened it and poured it straight into my cup holder, because you know, cup holder, you got like dust and stuff in there, and then
Yeah.
it was like, okay, now it's a 20-minute project getting out all the fucking slime.
Well,
That was
note to
infuriating.
self: slime does not like heat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
never
that
leave it in
seems
the
true.
car, never leave it in the heat.
I was looking at a
Hi,
very,
bees.
very expensive slime today on TikTok.
How expensive are we talking about it?
Like $20 for a tub.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, but it looked like really good slime. I was really tempted, if we're being honest.
Bees said hello, Tony, and guess.
Hello, bees.
Cough. Oh, Jen. Thank you, Jen.
Look at
Jen
that.
gifted a tier 1 sub to Bees. Thank you. And the claw machine idea sounds really fun, Jen. Are you the thing they pick up? Jen. Thank you, but Jen. Goodness. Thank you, Jen. I really appreciate it. You are very kind. Yeah, so we have a question of the week, believe it or not. First time ever. Our question
This is a great new concept,
new concept we're trying
just
out.
like the podcast.
Oh, they can pick up collectible kitty cats. I like that. Because I'm trying to play new games. What has been your go-to game lately?
It hasn't changed. It's still Stardew.
Shoot, Stardew.
Yo, it's Minecraft right now. You kidding me? Minecraft's
Minecraft,
back.
okay.
Okay,
Steve
Minecraft.
put up, a nice new server.
I don't want to play.
A lot of mods.
I don't understand mods. Never mind.
Well, there's the one that we're really into right now is this thing called mine colonies. So you like set up a village and you have like pretty much villagers, but they're not actually like Minecraft villagers that like do shit around the village. Like they build houses and for themselves and like get wood and stuff. It's very cute and fun.
That does sound cute and fun. Just like Chance.
Thank you. You're so beautiful, Tony.
Thank you.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth.
Jen said Fields of Mysteria. Husky said Borderlands 3. Mysterio is so good. Nice. What is Fields of Mysterio? I don't think I know what that is. I feel like I've heard the name before. But Tony don't know. Tony, don't you know? No, I don't know. You know?
Oh, I know.
Tony don't know.
I don't know, Chance, I was half expecting you, because I know recently you were like, oh, I've been playing Counter-Strike again. I'm like, uh-oh, is he in the Counter-Strike hole deep right now?
I only really play with, like, this group of, like, IRL friends that plays Counter-Strike.
Oh.
Otherwise, I don't really... The only other game that I've been playing a lot is me and Aries are still on that Fortnite grind again, you know what I'm saying? 2017 again.
Fortnite. I want Marcus Brownlee and Fortnite.
Fucking you know.
Fortnite, and Marquez Brownlee.
Oh, it was ready.
Okay, so
Fortnite.
Fields of Mysterio is like a more magical Stardew of Sailor Moon style art. It's an early accent, but it's already so good.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Oh. Husky, I love Marquez probably. Husky said, even though I've seen the Borderlands film, it was absolutely awful. I've heard that it's bad, but then I hear people being like, yeah, but Jack Black tried his best.
The only good review, the only good things I've seen are articles that were like, Jack Black was the only person worth watching as Claptrap. And I was like, oh, you know, I could assume that, but that's just sad. When I saw the trailer, I didn't even know that that the Borderlands movie was coming out soon. And I saw it like when I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I turned to Aries, I was like, yo, this looks like the worst movie ever.
I didn't think it looked good. I was hopeful because, like, video game movie... a lot of video game movies historically don't do well.
Yeah, but lately you've gotten so many good hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think people's expectations have grown so immensely.
That's the dangerous thing, is that the people have expectations now for them, and they are just going to let you down.
Because after, like, the Last of Us show and the Fallout show, I think people are like, oh, okay, these people finally understand how to make good content.
Cool.
Yeah. and people are like, they understand how to make good content out of these, like, video game IP now, so this should be good. And this is just, like, a return to the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
The original one, I mean, the live action, not the new one.
B said Borderlands looked awful for me from the trailer. Like, it was just Guardians of the Galaxy in a different font. That's fair. Husky said, possibly the worst film I've ever seen, even though I hate Claptrap in the games, and now we're getting a fourth game, and Castlevania show was great. Oh, yeah, Castlevania is definitely based off a video game. Yeah, the Castlevania, I guess, I don't know if it's an anime, but animated show was really good. That's true. Tabby, what's been your go-to game lately?
Ken's making me play Cyberpunk. And by making me play Cyberpunk, I mean I don't have anything to do until the new World of Warcraft expansion on Monday, and he told me Cyberpunk was fun.
It's like, you're playing Cyberpunk now. It's like, okay.
I didn't realize you were into World of Warcraft, Tabby. How was that?
Yeah, my parents got me addicted on this shit when I was like in 6 or whatever. Like they've been playing since, or they don't play anymore. They played when it originally came out in like 2004, so I guess I would have been 3 at the time. And dude, this shit was so cool. They would play World of Warcraft together, and they had PCs set up next to each other.
Aww.
How cute.
And it was so fucking cute, and it was all wasted.
Dude, that's
on me
the goal.
as a kid.
Did you
I
say
had no clue how cool that shit was.
Dude, that's like a life goal of mine.
That is for me too. Like
It's
I really,
like to have that cute little game room.
Yeah.
I want, like, mine and Aries' desks right next to each other. Okay, and then we can have like a couch and a TV in there with like, you know, an Xbox plugged into it.
That'd be great.
Whatever. That would be like a life fucking goal. A nice little mini fridge too in the corner because I'm a lazy piece of shit and I need my drinks now.
Juan redeemed Tony as a sleep compliment and said, "Hello, beautiful people." So I think everyone has to accept that they're beautiful in here. Yeah. All of you. Chance, Tabby, Gianna.
Don't look at me like that.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Is there any kind of punishment that will befall me if I don't?
Yes.
What is it?
I can't tell you that.
I don't think it's real then.
Oh, you.
So I'm just gonna say no.
You'll see the punishment. He'll hit you like a
pass.
brick
I don't
wall.
care.
Just randomly, while you're driving on the trip up to Canada, I'm gonna grab the steering wheel.
Jesus Christ, kill us all.
I'm like, this was the punishment.
There's gonna be like 8 of us in the fucking car, and we're all gonna die because I didn't accept the compliment.
Yep.
Okay, sounds like a fair trade-off. Can't wait to see that story on the news.
Yeah, right. No one will know. But hello, Nikki. Juan, I hope you're doing well. B said, my true go-to is still Pokemon. Very fair, but I do dig through indie stuff. Ooh. Critter Crops is something I have hopes for. Critter Crops sounds cute. Is it crops that are critters? Is it like bug snacks?
No, I think it's critters that are crops.
Oh, good point. I think he said, I have an office with a desk in my apartment. Does that count? That's pretty epic. Not gonna lie. Tony punished in time. Pulls call off the interstate. Listen, I said there'd be a punishment. Jen said, question, how many cats is too many cats?
22.
22 is definitely too many cats. Yeah, that's fair.
How big is the place you live in? That's the deciding factor.
Yeah, I guess it's place sized, and like if you have other animals.
I think might be controversial. I think I think the dividing line is no more than 1 per like 400 square feet of space.
So they can all have their little
house.
territory, or
Well, just because otherwise it's overcrowded. There's too much shit going on. You'll need too many litter boxes that you don't have room for. You know,
that's fair.
because once you have more than like, even with 2 cats, you should have like 2 litter boxes. We only have 1, but I think past 2, you definitely need, like, if you have 3 cats, I think you need 3 litter boxes, or else you're gonna be changing that litter 6 times a day.
Yeah, I mean, if you have no other pets, like I could see someone have like 4 cats. And
Again, it
not
depends.
being,
Like if you have 4 cats, I think you need at least 1,500 square foot place that you're living in. Just because of the amount of space that is taken up by like stuff for them. Because otherwise your house gets like overcrowded, and I do not like that.
It also depends on how many
In
people
actuality,
live there, too.
That's actually a big factor too. You're right.
So
If you
Nikki
live
said,
alone,
technically you need 3 litter boxes for 2 cats. Technically it's the amount of cats plus 1 or 1 per level in the house, whichever is more. See, I don't know anything about owning cats. I'm
That's what
sadly
you're
allergic,
supposed to do.
but I love them.
we have a small apartment though, and we have 1 litter box.
On a stream, just catting stream, I just talk with PNG face. Critter Crops is a witchy farming sim where you're growing magical crops and exploring an island to discover its history.
Magical.
Whoa!
Yeah,
I
that
want
sounds
this
pretty
game.
cool.
What is it
Yeah.
on? Is it on Switch?
Do you know what systems it's going to be on, Bees? A lot of cute characters and villager. I can't read today, dude. And the art is lovely. It needs a little bit more work on the gameplay, but I'm hopeful. Ooh.
Sounds epic.
Yeah, I think like the amount of like pets you have in any type of thing is A, do you have room for them? B, do you have people that will take care of them? You know?
Yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna say was I think if you're living alone, then my rule goes out the window because was thinking more along the lines of like, oh, if your place is, that big, you have 2 or 3 people living there. But that's not always true. So
Yeah, because I don't know. And like if animals are like loving animals and taking care of animals is your thing, I'm sure like you would figure out how many is like your personal limit.
yeah.
Like
Fair.
I think that now this is a different animal completely for dogs. For me, I'm like, ooh. I personally don't think I can take care of more than like 2 dogs at a time. Because walking these 2 dogs I have now together is impossible. Like, at one point we had 3 dogs, but they were 3 different dogs, and you could walk all 3 of them like easily together. Our dogs are Shelties too, so they're tiny little guys. Yeah, 2 is. But if I had a house full of people, like, say you had 4 people living there and everyone was like super into taking care of them, I would have like 5 dogs.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
If you had a good enough size house and a lot of people to help,
God.
yeah.
One of my dreams is having like a really big yard and infinite dogs.
Infinite dog glitch.
You just have a lot of dogs and they keep making more dogs.
But you had 6 dogs. I had 6 dogs last week. Now I have 10.
Also, it also depends on like the dog's attitudes. To be honest, like some dogs you get and you're like, no, this isn't only dog. This dog hates other
This
dogs.
dog has to be alone.
Yeah, but then you get a dog sometimes and you're like, this dog needs a friend, and then you get that friend, and that dog needs a friend, so you get your dog a dog.
It's like the same with cats. Like we got Evie, and then we got Chester for Evie.
Yeah.
Because we're like, she needs a friend. She wants to play more, and like more than we have time to play.
Bees, I don't know how, but we have more dogs than we had yesterday. Oh, goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh my damn.
You purchased DLC for Cult of the Lamb. I've seen a lot of people play Cult of the Lamb. It looks fun.
I hear it's a good stream game.
I bought it. I haven't played it yet, but I bought it because it's a couple of like my IRL friends said the same thing, that like it was awesome.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to try Cult of the Lamb at some point.
You do. Tell me how it is.
Yeah. Cozy Grove is great. I feel like you've spoken about Cozy Grove before, Jen.
I want more cozy games to play. I think I might buy Fields of Mysterio if it's on Switch.
It is good for stream because followers can become cult members. Hell yeah.
Awesome. I've always wanted to be in a cult.
Cult has some good Twitch integrations.
You get to customize your own little cult guide too.
There we go.
I'm already sold.
Did you like the game you played yesterday? I loved the game we played yesterday so much that I streamed it until almost 5 a.m. and I finished the game.
Tony was up late.
I played Child of Light yesterday on the stream. A lot of fun. Yeah, yep, Nikki's like, oh my god, you finished? Yeah, I'm like, yeah. The game was good, and then, like, I got lost playing it, like, and then by the time I was like, yeah, how much is left in this game? CK told me, it was like, oh, you're, like, 75% through, and I'm like, I'll just play a little bit more. And then it's like, oh, you only got 2 chapters left. I'm like, oh, cool. You're in the last chapter now. I'm like, oh, sweet. And I look at the clock, it's like 5 a.m.
As long as you were having
My
fun.
lord.
Were you having fun, son?
I thought you were struggling, and then I left. Yeah, there were parts where I was really struggling at, but we figured it out.
It's a puzzle game, right?
What?
The game you were playing?
No.
It's
an
not like an
RPG.
RPG puzzle game?
I guess there was a little bit of like puzzle elements to it. It was mostly just an
Everything
RPG.
is a puzzle, and everything is also Minecraft.
That is true.
That's fair.
If you want to cry on stream, Before Your Eyes. Beautiful and emotionally obliterating game. The game is called Before Your Eyes. I don't know if I want to cry on stream.
Well, why not?
Well, you know. Yeah, Cult of Lamb, I've watched a few people play it before. And it looks fun. Uses your webcam and blinking as the main control. Interesting. That is very unique.
So you're gonna cry with a game that uses your eyes as a main control?
Yeah, does that, like, scuff the controls a little bit, the tears? Like, or does it, like, make them, like, is it, like... It does scuff the controls, yeah. Great intro to accessibility in gaming. Ooh, purposefully. They're like, we need to make them cry.
No tears, no gameplay.
Looks like you're wrapping up your fist.
Oh, yeah.
It's like to be like a boxer or something.
Yep.
You about to punch you? Are you gonna punch Tony? I'll kill you.
I think
I'll
she's
kill
gonna,
you.
I think she's gonna hurt me.
Haha.
You hurt Tony, I hurt you. Them's the rules.
Understandably.
That's
I'm just playing with slime.
Oh, you skip forward in time, so the more you cry, the more you blink, and the faster things go. So can this is going to be such a dumb question. Are there like people who speedrun it by just blinking really fast?
You were talking about Minecraft before Chance, and I want to see if I can get Minecraft on my Mac.
Oh, there are people who
Oh, yeah.
speedrun it by blinking really fast. Interesting. I haven't played Minecraft in a really long time.
Me neither. Can I get it on Steam?
No, Minecraft.
No.
I don't believe is on Steam.
It's
Minecraft
not.
Legends is on Steam.
I don't know. When
Minecraft Legends is like
truthfully.
the RPG.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard no for me.
Yeah. You have to download direct.
I try not to blink because I want more time in the game and want more story. Yeah, that's a very cool concept of a game. Oh, Grim, thank you for the hydrate.
Fields of Mystery is on Steam, not on Twitch. Womp womp.
So it's just on PC.
What?
So it's only on PC.
Yeah, that's what I see.
What's it called again?
Fields of Mysteria. It's like a Stardew clone.
I saw something about that recently.
I hear it's good.
It's on the
Oh my
Steam
goodness.
Deck.
Ooh. I'll show you my deck.
Heyo.
He's got a good deck.
Who said that? Fucking weirdo.
It's got 100,000 downloads. I mean, it looks real cute.
Gianna needs a Steam Deck. Tony, get on that. We'll have to look into it.
I
Have
could
to look
really
into
use
it.
a Steam Deck.
Concerning, looking into it.
Husky said,
Thank you so
really
much,
need
Elon.
to get out of my Borderlands addiction. But the question is, which game should I play? Probably Borderlands.
Ooh, why the Steam
I feel like
Deck?
this is a
$400.
controversial take. Don't like Borderlands. I think it's not that good.
I've never really played pretty much any Borderlands, truthfully.
I don't like the gameplay loop of Borderlands because I feel like, at least to the extent that I played it, I didn't play it very long. It was just very repetitive of like, go here and kill 10 of mob with funny name, like boner fart. Kill 10 boner farts. And then it would be like, okay, great, you did that. Now go here and kill 5 fart boners. And I was like, okay, funny, ha ha ha, but like, eh.
What game is this?
Borderlands.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was one quest in Borderlands.
Okay, listen.
It's a slander of my favorite
The whole
game.
point was one guy was like, this name fucking sucks. What if we used like a more technical scientific name? And all of his names kept getting rejected by whatever foundation, so he's like, you know what? We're calling them boner farts. Here, go kill 5 boner farts in the fucking valley.
That's funny. I like that there was like an in-game like lore reason why they were called that, and it wasn't just teehee.
Yeah, no, I definitely I could understand why people wouldn't like the games, especially as of late.
Love the art style, though. Love the cell shading.
Oh, it's cell shading, cool. So yeah. I just think, like, for me, they haven't been as enjoyable because, like, I enjoy a game I can keep playing after, like, beating the story.
Yeah, not
There's
much
not
of
much
a
end game
replayability
loop
or anything.
is what I'm looking for. Not even so much like playing through the story again.
Yeah, but just
I don't
like
really
keep
care for
playing
that,
after
but-
beating the story.
But like
you
World
know?
of Warcraft, you hit max level and then there's still like
So much to
thousands
do.
of hours of
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah, I'm also like, I've talked about this on the podcast I know before, of like, I'm someone that loves to play games where I feel like I'm getting the value out of it, of like the money that I put into it. So I always do the math of like, okay, how many hours can I reasonably expect to play this game? I don't want to spend more than like $1.50 an hour in the worst case scenario, but I'd rather spend like a couple pennies per hour that I'm gonna get out of it. Like fucking Counter-Strike, yeah,
Oh,
I
dude.
bought it when you still had to pay for it, but I also played like 2,000 hours of it, so that whatever $20 I paid for it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, you got your
With, like,
money's worth.
Overwatch.
You also,
Yeah.
but also like Counter-Strike leaves you needing like therapy though a bit. So I don't know. You
True,
might have.
so I
you,
feel like I've
you might have actually
might have
lost money
spent
on
more
that.
money over
Yeah. But
and a lot of people fall into, you know, a crippling gambling addiction from playing it, so they
that
lose
is
money.
true. B said I liked Borderlands 1 and 2. It goes crazy later. Like once you get to the point where you're becoming an infinite loop of explosive fire, it's hype as heck. The humor is very meta. Bees didn't enjoy the pre-sequel all that much and didn't get into 3. Grim said there is also a cornucopia. Oh no, the game's called Cornucopia, which is a Stardew clone as well. I think it's... I already forgot the name of the game again. My brain is not doing too good. The one you were looking up, Gianna?
Fields of Mystery.
Fields of Mystery. Apparently you can jump and swim in it, which is... I like to be able to jump in video games. I think I really enjoy when they let me jump.
I hate when games don't have jumping or like
Yeah.
don't have sprinting.
Sprinting is like a must
You guys,
because I gotta travel speedy.
you guys would not get along with Rainbow Six. They have the sprinting, the jumping
Yeah,
thing is banned.
that was one of the things I liked the least about Rainbow Six. Was like a lot of the mechanics are fun in the game, but like the jumping really threw me off. I'm like, I just can't. It's pre-round. Why can't I just jump around? I just want to jump around.
No jumping.
Grim said, if you want to shoot and loot, it's great, but I haven't played it too enough to recommend. Ooh, cool. Husky said, I have 55 55 games installed I want to get back into. I probably have... I don't want to know how many games I've installed that I've never touched. There's probably
I have a lot.
a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Oryx can jump. There's one guy you can play only on defender side who can jump,
That's pretty epic.
but it's only in certain spots. You have to have a hatch above you that you can jump into.
Some games it doesn't make sense to jump, I will admit.
Like what?
Like in Stardew.
I would love to jump in
But
Stardew.
it's a top-down 2D platformer. How would
Yeah.
jumping work?
Well, you just jump a little bit.
But, okay.
I don't know. You see someone you like in the game and you do little hops.
2 little hops.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like
Little
crazy
hoppy hops.
mechanics. It's just like allow the character to do this, like just little.
I came to the unfortunate realization that slime has spilled in my bag.
Aw. The dangers of transporting slime.
Yep.
B said I have a collection I call In the Queue, which is all my unplayed games, and there's 361. I'm gonna. I think you might have me beat. How many? Is there a way to just to see what the number of games I have? Yeah. Okay. I have under 300 games on Steam, and I played probably some of them.
Probably some of them.
It looks like I've played like
Probably.
there's at least like half I have not played. Or I've played like an hour of. Your PS4. Oh no, poor bag. Yeah, the poor bag. Rough bag. Mystery is a top-down 2D platformer with jumping. Now, Zelda games have jumping. Gianna.
I don't know. I haven't played it, so I don't know how it looks.
At least ones of ROC games.
But Zelda is like the best example of games going woke these days, right? Because they fucking made Zelda a girl. Can you fucking believe
I
it?
can't believe that
So woke.
they did that.
I miss my funny little blonde-haired, green cap wearing twink, man.
Yeah, I can't believe they changed Zelda into this like princess chick instead of that guy that Zelda used to be.
But
Yeah, his
The woke has
his
gone
name
too
definitely
far.
Wasn't anything else.
Hmm?
His name definitely wasn't anything else.
Why would his name be anything else? The game's
Exactly.
called Legend of
Yeah.
Zelda. It's his
Exactly.
legend, right?
it's
You
the
get
main
it.
character.
You get it. You get it.
He is Zelda.
Yeah, he has to be. Who else would be?
What do you guys not understand?
You know, like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi is...
Yugi, you gotta
You know,
believe
Yugi.
behind the
You know,
card,
Yugi.
Yugi.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, too far.
B owns 927 games. Do you not play them because you don't like them? No, it's just like a lot of times I've bought in games because I'm like, wow, that looks really cool, and I just don't get around to playing them, and I think that's
And it's
how
like
everyone
on
else
sale
is
or
too.
something.
Yeah, fall for
And you're
the
like, I'm gonna get that.
Steam summer sale or like any of the
Yeah.
other sales or like
all
humble
been there.
bundles too, where you'll get a
all
humble
been there.
bundle and it'll give you 20 games even though you just wanted the one.
Yep, exactly. But you get
And
the
it-
20 because you're like, oh, it makes sense. It's so cheap.
Yeah. Husky said, out of my entire library, we're talking about 1,250 games now. I think that's a lot of games. B said, I bought games in Humble Bundle or on sale and then just pushed. They just get pushed aside for other things. Some of them are free too. Yeah, there are some games I have that are free that I haven't played, but a lot of them are. Grim, you are completely correct. We were being little shits. Link is the main character of The Legend of Zelda, and he's what you play as, yes. You were correct.
No, Zelda, who is now a
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Zelda's transgender.
Oh my
It's
God.
fucking woke.
This is
It's
not
fucking woke.
That's
and
not what
sickening.
actually happened. It's a bit grim and
That game makes me sick to my stomach. How dare they make Zelda a transgender?
Hey, Zelda's an icon.
The next thing you're gonna tell me is Zelda and Sheik are the same person.
What the fuck? All this liberal woke propaganda permeating throughout our society.
Like, how would
I'm not having it.
Zelda and Sheik be the same person? One of them is a princess and one of them is a person which has no identifiable traits behind a mask. You know?
Exactly.
So true, King. So true.
Nikki said the only time that's happened to me was with Jackbox because there are so many. I own Jackboxes like 1 to 8, I think. And like I haven't played most of them at this point because like I bought them and I'm like, yeah, we'll play with friends all the time. You know, and it just never, you know. VTube Studio on Steam is becoming one of my most played games, air quotes. Because, like, the program in which I run my VTuber model from is a program on Steam.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it's just always open in the background.
Yeah, it's just always open, and it's like, it's gonna be my most played game eventually, probably.
How many hours do you have in it now?
Over
I'm just gonna
700.
check. Oh my lord.
Yeah. And those are all stream hours.
728. That's crazy.
Yeah. Grim said, well, it's about time Zelda took control of the sword. I think that's going to be really cool. Like, on a serious note, Zelda being the playable character sounds awesome.
Are you fucking... Hold on. Took control of the sword. You're telling me they got rid of Zelda's penis, but now she's taking control of a sword? It's the liberal woke agenda going too far.
Listen, you can't have two swords. That's just not fair. That's called dual wielding.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be how the game works.
You believe your most played game is Destiny 2, 10K worth of hours? Yeah, I definitely...
Oh my lord. One game?
I mean, like, I have a lot of Counter-Strike hours. That's definitely my most played game. Mine's over 3,000, I think. Definitely is.
What about double? Never mind.
It is funny. It's like looking at the games I've played. It's like I played Child of Light yesterday, and I have 8 hours of it, and that was just the entire stream and playthrough. I know there's a way to look at my most played games. Yeah, I almost have 4,000 hours in Counter-Strike.
$4,000?
Almost, yeah.
Damn. I think I've got less than you.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you were playing a little longer than me, though. Too.
Yeah, I also, like... I know you did too, but I played on, like, a lot of teams.
You played on more teams than me.
Yeah.
But, like, without you on the team, I've probably only played on, like, 1 or 2.
Yeah, I played on...
Probably 1, actually.
Probably, like, 10 outside of the friend group.
Yeah. I definitely did not play on many outside of the friend group.
Mm. Cool. Yeah, sometimes I talk about it with Gianna every now and then. Sometimes I miss, like, competing in games like that. And then sometimes I
do
don't.
all the time.
Like, I don't know, I liked competing in games. But, like, I don't have it in me because like you have to kind of like
You have to be
And this-
committed so
you have to be
much.
co-
You have
so
have
committed
so
to that
much free
game.
time.
yeah. I had it when I was younger. I just
Yeah.
don't have it anymore.
Because you need time to practice. You need time
Yeah.
for the actual game matches.
Mm.
You know, it's just not.
You need
feel
it
like-
to be like your only game, pretty much.
Yeah.
You need to be willing to like play
Stop
that
playing
and
almost
play
every
that
other
only.
game.
Yeah,
Because there's just not enough time in the day.
It's definitely not something I personally have the ability to do.
I would never have the time or focus to be able to do that, so I commend you guys for even being able to.
I mean, like we were like in high school and then in college because you have a lot more
Yeah.
time than were like the main years.
Mm-hmm.
And then after college, I think I pretty much stopped playing on teams. I think I was on like
Yeah.
1 or 2 maybe.
I think I was on maybe 1 or 2 after that, and that was it.
Yeah. I think we tried Tilted once, maybe in that time period. And I played on one other team. I can't even remember what that team was called, though. That's a bad part. I definitely don't remember the names of, like, 99% of the teams I played for.
Yeah, me neither. I only remember Tilted because those were the most fun.
Yeah.
And it was like with the bros, just guys being dudes.
Dwindled. Chance and insert person here yelling at each other.
Insert person here.
A lot of the times they had the ending of their name of Eric. So, Ferric or Derek.
True. Usually Ferric.
Yeah.
There.
Well,
Let's be honest.
Ferric was the later years,
That's true. There was a time before Ferric.
Yeah. The pre-Ferric. Wizard 101 streamer Ferric. I think he still streams Wizard 101. I'm not sure.
Don't know if he still does, actually.
Yeah, because
I know
he's got some stuff going on.
Yeah, and I know he also was doing a protest of playing the game for a while. So I don't know if he's back to playing it or not.
I don't know.
I did talk to him recently. He messaged me on Steam.
Cool.
So he's still alive, at the
Good.
very least.
Still kicking. I'm really upset about
For
that.
now.
For now. I'm really upset about the slime in my bag.
Oh, the slime in your bag?
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll be okay. You'll get new slime. Not the $20 slime, though. I think that's a scam.
It's
think
TikTok
that's too
slime.
much to pay for slime.
It's absolutely a scam. It's TikTok slime.
Nice. Right off the TikTok shop. Oh,
It was actually on my For You page.
hell yeah.
It's targeted.
They know their audience, let's be honest. You're considering it, so...
Oh, I'm considering it hardcore.
How could you not, Everyone needs a lot
It
of
just
slime.
looks so crunchy.
It looks so crunchy.
I just want to squish it. So, yeah, maybe I have a problem with slime. So what? No, I'm kidding.
Who's gonna stop me?
It's my addiction. I can stop whenever I want.
Ah!
I just flip a table.
That's your normal state of being, right? Don't you flip tables all the time?
Oh, of course. That's my workout, actually, for the day. Flipping at least a table.
The crazy
Table a day
part
keeps the
is
doctor away.
it's never like a table in her own house.
He comes to your house just to flip your table.
Yeah, it's sometimes, yeah, but there are times where she's like flipped 5 today, and I'm like, oh, where? And she just won't tell me. And
Sometimes, you just gotta get
You guys are out
extra
at a
workout in.
restaurant. You're having like
Those
a nice
are-
steak dinner.
Yeah.
And she fucking starts flipping the tables.
well, because what will happen is she'll remember that she hasn't flipped a table that day, and it will be like 11:58 p.m. and then she goes hog wild and just will flip 15 tables in a row, thinking like it makes up for time missed. Yeah, happens a lot. Yeah, everyone seems to be very excited for the new Zelda game, though. I think it's going to be fun. I think that's going to be a good game. I, like, historically have never really played any of the Legend of Zelda games. So maybe that's something I should play at some point.
I think you would enjoy them.
Probably.
Surprised that you never have. I feel like that would be a game for you.
Yeah, like,
Sure you will one day. Maybe you play the
Probably.
new one and then that sparks up an interest in playing the old ones.
I love the names of like cats on like cat adoption sites because they're always so crazy.
Yeah.
Always.
Supreme and Crunchwrap,
Those are good cat
who
names.
are bonded to each other, so it's Crunchwrap Supreme.
They're babies. Stop about make things change. Wow.
That from a thing?
TikTok sound.
Oh,
It's a song, probably. My family is in a different place.
That true?
Most of them, yeah.
Wow.
I wish birds were real.
No, they're not.
They're all government drones. Don't lie to me again.
I just said I wish they were real.
I wish so too, but they never will be because they're all government drones.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the birds are free.
They're spying on us right now.
Because they're spying on us.
Birds haven't been real since the 70s.
Grim said, my workout is eating boxes of tots while I work or acting like a cranky old man and turning into an aging manager who is always Shirley. That's funny.
Okay, I will be right back. I have to go make Aries coffee.
Ooh. Coffee run.
I'll return.
Have fun.
In 3.
We'll never know.
I gotta show you the rest of my Vine comp later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Like
the
halfway
cat with the
through it.
flower of a hat.
Yeah, that was the first one. The prophecy.
I never really watched Vine, truthfully.
Me neither, but I watched the Vine compilation and thought they were funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I made my own.
So you made your Vine compilation from other Vine compilations?
Absolutely. That's what I did instead of studying for my final sophomore year.
You never watched Vine? I mean, she didn't either.
I watched Vine. I had the app. I just wasn't obsessed with it until it was gone, and then I made a Vine comp. Don't point at me.
No one knew I was pointing at you till you said something.
I knew.
You loved Vine in high school? Like, I feel like if I watched it, I would have really, really liked it. I just didn't for some reason.
Stop! I could have dropped my croissant. Shoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, Grim, we played Child of Light last night and I really liked it, so it makes me want to maybe try some more RPGs. Just to decide what though, you know?
You could jump into Zelda. Those are technically RPGs.
Yeah, I've never played Zelda.
I would do 4 Sword Misadventures or 4 Sword Adventures. 4 Sword Misadventures is a YouTube series.
I don't think that's something I can play, right?
No.
YouTube's
You could do a React series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Pushing your chair with my toe.
Why?
I don't know. Is it a pain to record 4 Swords?
Nikki was doing the quack.
Nikki, I watched Vine because you watched Vine.
Oh.
I love that Bob Ross is streaming right now.
Especially for perspective. Oh, okay. Nikki, I influence people. By people, I mean like 3 people. Yeah, you could say you're an influencer. Have you tried old RPGs like Chrono Trigger or Legend of Mana? And it might be unsure with Nintendo on 4 Swords. Yeah, no, I haven't tried. Like, I realistically have not played like a lot of RPGs at all. So most likely, no, I have not played. Trying to think of RPGs that I have played. Pokemon counts as an RPG? Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Pokemon.
RPG is a pretty loose term. So yeah, I would count Pokemon.
On my left.
It's like you're upgrading your guys. I mean, you're giving them items and stuff.
That's true. I'm trying to think of other games that are RPGs that I've played.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Coffee has been delivered.
Nice.
How are you fine, ladies and gentlemen, doing?
Good. I'm still like trying to think of like RPGs that I've ever played.
I have not played many. I'm not an RPG kind of guy. Never really have been.
You know, you could play Kingdom Hearts.
Ooh, yeah, that's
I feel
true.
like Tony would play Kingdom Hearts.
I never actually really played them much by myself.
They are on Steam now.
Oh. Okay. 4 game. Oh, that's a lot. Husky. Octopath Traveler. I've heard of that game before.
Let's see, the best RPG on Steam. Diablo?
Oh.
Ni no Kuni? I don't need no Kuni. Have you ever played Forager?
No.
You might like Forager.
What is Forger?
Forager is I don't really know how to describe Forager.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yes, I have played Octodad before. Octodad was a lot of fun.
It's an open world adventure game. Oh, it's on Switch for $7. Maybe I'll buy it.
Oh, sweet. If you play it, I'll watch you play and say.
Oh no, I watched someone play it to completion, so I have like no drive to play it myself. Play Dragon Quest?
I've heard of Dragon Quest before.
Or Darkest Dungeon?
Ooh, Darkest Dungeon is brutal.
That's what I hear.
Not
Sounds
just
difficult.
like, oh man, it's a gory game. It's just fucking.
Hard.
It's so goddamn difficult.
It is the Darkest Dungeon.
Press said, I can't in good faith. Also, hi, Press. I can't in good faith recommend Shin Megami or Persona to a streamer just dabbling into RPGs too much. It's too much commitment and famous for causing stream burnout. Ooh.
Not fun, then. Not what we want for our little Tony.
No. What about Red Dead?
I truthfully have not played the Red Dead games though.
They're good. Have you played Fallout?
Yes, I loved Fallout.
Did you ever watch the show, Tony?
No.
You should. Me and Aries both really liked it.
You already said Undertale, right?
Yeah. Fun times, fantastic games, but you gotta ease people into things, not drop them to 90+ hour RPGs. That's why I really like Child of Light. It was, I beat the game in 8 hours. That was like perfect.
Lord.
Chilly.
Chili.
A little bit.
I hear Aries chasing down one of the cats in her rolly chair, so I just hear rolling at lightning speed.
Lightning speed. Stardew Valley is always a good RPG.
It's Dizzle.
I'm tempted to buy Stardew Valley on Steam just so I can play the update.
Why is it not on other platforms?
It is not on console yet.
What? Until like, did they not know when it's gonna be?
They have no idea when it'll be released on console.
That's stupid.
It's so dumb. I get it's because it's like a whole different system and like it's not
Yeah,
just an
but,
easy
like-
port. But I want to play the freaking update.
Most of the time, I feel like companies specifically are like, let's get this out at the same time. Let's not release this yet until we can release it at the same time.
Yeah, I think the guy who made Stardew Valley Concerned Ape, I think he does everything on his own though.
Okay.
So he
So,
really
like,
just wanted to get it out for
Might
console.
be a
He's
little.
like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll figure out console. Like,
Pressing so like
Is it-
Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, I want to try Hi-Fi Rush. At the very
Is it like a
least.
small team or is it just him or something that makes the game?
I think it's just him.
That's crazy.
I think he made the entire thing.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's a very fucking popular game. Oh my god, that guy's probably fucking loaded. If he's not part of some like big publisher, he is probably fucking disgustingly wealthy.
Oh yeah. He's making a new game too. It's called like The Haunted Chocolatier, I think. So God knows when that'll come out because he's still working on this update.
Interesting. Okay. It says that he. I'm not sure if he's still the only person working on it, but at least at the time of release, he was the only person that had worked on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find of like if
If it got so popular, he needed a team.
yeah.
The original Stardew is very different from the Stardew that is out today. There's been a lot of updates.
Stardew.
Stardew your best.
How much money did he make from Stardew Valley?
Probably like a good amount. I'd hope so.
Millions.
Oh, well, it's definitely the
I'd
millions.
recommend Tony branch out and not limit to a general RPIs. Why stick to 20 or less? Plenty of great indies out there and whatnot. Plus, he's got his own request queue to work through. Yeah, that is true. I had to go through the request queue and see what games I actually want to play from it. There are some games that like I'll get to one day, but like, they're like big multiplayer games, and I just don't have.
It looks like as of 2022, was estimated that, or as of 2022, it was claimed that he still was the only person working on it, and that he had made approximately 300 million off of the game
Wow.
as a solo dev. So that's fucking nuts.
That is crazy.
Hey, is he single? I don't know.
Hey, Concerned Ape,
Hit me up, baby. You look pretty cute.
hit me up. You and that millions of dollars.
You and that $300 million fucking bank account. Hit me up. Unless you already spent it, then hit Gianna up.
I have to use the facility, so I will be back momentarily.
Who's in charge?
Me. If it's not me, I'm gonna kill him.
Oh,
the fuck?
it's me.
I'm getting my murdering gloves on. Tony's not making it past New Year's.
First you were killing
You know
me,
what?
now you're killing him.
I'm gonna be the one fucking grabbing the wheel and driving us off a cliff, and it's all gonna be his fault.
It's gonna be 3 a.m. and you're just gonna be like, you know what? I did take that personally.
Yeah.
Just
I can't
immediately.
Tony doesn't trust me. What a sad world.
I don't think it's trust. I think he had his headphones off and he didn't hear the threat.
He doesn't trust me. He's a snake.
He's actually just a little guy.
True. He's a little snake.
He's a little guy. Anyway, I'm
just a
little
little
Tony
guy.
now. Haha, he's just a little guy.
True.
I like when I get left in charge because I get to take over the VTuber.
Yeah.
Haha.
You get to cosplay as Tony.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you know what? This purple streak is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
He used to be published through Chucklefish, if I remember correctly, no longer with them, if I remember, and I was asking myself, honestly, as it'd be nice to play a faster RPG, as I'm honestly not RPGs indie by anymore. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about with indie games 90% of the time these days.
No fucking clue. There's too many now. At the back a couple of years ago, it was like, oh, indie games. You have to know this indie game because it was just like there weren't so many fucking good ones, and now there's like 200,000 good fucking indie games that come out every month,
Yeah.
and it's just like impossible to keep up with it.
It's like, I want to play them all, and then like as soon as you finish one, you turn around and 20 more have been released, and you're like, oh,
Exactly. Like no one's got time for that shit. Come on.
God. No.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I certainly don't have time for that. I don't have time for anything these
Maybe you
days.
should just quit your job, and then you'll have time for it.
Oh, it was so tempting these days.
Yeah,
No.
don't threaten me with a good time.
Don't threaten me with something I secretly really want to do.
Yeah.
But then
Don't
I
we
can't
all?
afford to live. I can't afford to live now, but I'd be more screwed if I didn't have a job.
Then I
so.
really wouldn't be able to afford to live.
I got debt. I should play Mass Effect. That's one of the RPGs I saw on the list I was reading.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure Tony will fucking. Never mind. I'm not even gonna.
He will
it's too
lose
inappropriate.
his mind.
But he will lose his mind. Yeah, if you play Mass Effect.
He'll lose his mind and a lot of other things.
Yes, he will.
I'm just still telling him to play Mass Effect again. Like he wouldn't say no to that.
If you started playing Mass Effect, I think. You know what? Nope, still too inappropriate. Not gonna say it. I've grown up. I've grown a lot in the last few years. You know, in the last decade of this this podcast. I think my filter is well developed now.
Alright, well, I can only use my imagination then, I guess.
I'm sure you'll get there.
I'll just not tell him that I'm playing it, and one day he'll like look over on my
Dude,
Mac
that'd
one
be
day when I'm
so
over,
good.
and he'll be like, "Are you playing Mass Effect?" I'm like, oh, is that what this game is called? Yeah, I just like booted it up. You know, I've been playing it for a little bit.
No, okay. Listen, this is what you do. You just randomly, when you like haven't seen him for a day or two, you send him a text, and that's just like so deep lore, like 3/4 of the way through the game, like asking a question about like how to do a certain thing. And
like
he's gonna be
something
like, what?
obscure in the middle of the plot. Like,
Exactly. Just be like, why did blah 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 do blah blah blah? And he's gonna be like, what?
he's gonna be like, he's gonna drop everything and just call me. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
me doing D&D on Sunday, and I'll just be like, guys, hold on, I have to call my girlfriend real quick. Like,
Yeah. You started playing Mass Effect.
this is everything I've ever wanted and never realized.
I think he's realized. I think he knows. Deep down, he knows.
Deep down, he has a secret wish.
His dream come true.
Grim said, plus when I'm getting games I'm buying on sale, I'm getting 20 or more games for 30 to 50 bucks, as my aunt taught me to bargain hunt. Bargain hunting is good. I usually only buy games on Steam during the Steam sale.
Yeah, I rarely buy something that's not already on sale.
Yeah.
I rarely buy things anyways that aren't on sale because I'm just a cheap bastard.
You and me both. And then I get bored and I just go, oh, I'll spend $60 on something. Not
That's
a game,
what you do.
like food.
Every time you buy something online, there's a couple things that you always have to do, right? Because like, a lot of us have like Honey or something else that like shops for the coupon codes and stuff. Mm-hmm. But there's certain things that Honey is not gonna give you, like coupon code wise. Okay. What you always gotta do is you gotta look and just try for yourself things like veteran and sorry 10 and sorry 20. You know? Because a lot of websites just have that veterans discount that no one's going to use or know about. And you don't have to be a veteran. They can't verify that. But you're going to get that fucking discount.
I'm going to get that 20%. That sweet, sweet sale.
Exactly. Try and take it from me. I dare them.
I dare you to pry from my cold, dead hands. I'm just looking at this up at Tony's desk now. I'm just like, wow, fun. Things.
Oh my god. Just going through all of Tony's computer, how about that?
Of course, the minute I pick something up from his desk is when he comes back in.
You just like start playing with the shit.
That's literally what happened.
I can't believe you're just taking things from my desk.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Tony, you got your headphones on?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, when you were gone, she picked up a rubber ducky and threw it against the wall.
That's not what happened at all.
You wouldn't do that, right?
I wouldn't do that to your precious ducky.
You like how
Kay gave
never
me?
been in Tony's room, just completely intuited that he definitely has a rubber ducky on his
That's
desk.
really fucking funny.
It's actually really funny he does.
I was correct.
CK got me a rubber duck.
I mean,
good rubber duck.
it's Tony. It wasn't that hard of a guess.
That's true. Hey, you're Tony right now. You got to be Tony.
I am Tony.
When you were looking away, he's not. He doesn't. You know. He doesn't understand. Hey, go ahead, Tony.
Brain
Do
breaks.
3 quacks.
Oh no. Nope.
Oh god.
What was that?
That was me really trying my hardest.
Okay.
Did a duck just die?
There you go, Grim.
Die. I don't know how to quack.
That was its last quack for time.
He croaked.
Yeah. Goodbye, sweet boy.
So, Gianna's in my normal seat, and I'm in Gianna's seat. And I actually kind of like this seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Gianna just kind of like sits on your bed when you,
No, you wouldn't hear her as well. She sits in a chair,
Ah.
like, right next to me when we do the podcast.
You got you got like your old chair or something there?
What's,
Or is it like a kitchen
what's
chair?
chat saying, Gianna?
Grim says he's dying of laughter.
Who's Gianna? I only know Tony and other Tony.
Yeah,
Gianna is no longer.
it's just Tony and then other Tony.
Yeah.
Female
Tony and higher voice Tony.
The funny part is I'm higher voice Tony.
Yeah. Real. So true, King. We love that about
So
you.
true,
Yeah.
King.
Tiki.
I wish I could do podcasts from bed. That would be great.
We probably could.
I have definitely been on the podcast while laying in bed. I know that for a fact.
Nice.
That was many moons ago.
Sky used to come
I will
on
say,
the podcast
it was
in the
nice.
shower.
That was just absurd. Okay? That was absurd, and it was wrong, and I just... there's no other words to describe that. That was not... a tenable situation.
It was funny though.
Oh, it was definitely funny.
I did podcasts from bed when we were both sick.
Yes, like, but at your house. Right?
But at my house, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know, I like to stay versatile.
You did it from your house, so you've actually been on TeamSpeak on your own?
No, we did a
We did
Discord.
Discord, so it was easy.
Oh.
No, I
Discord cast.
TeamSpeak very much intimidates me still.
Why? It's so easy.
I don't have it. I haven't used it. I just
It's
watched
different
Tony
than
use
what
it.
Gianna
I'm kidding.
knows, so
It's much more complicated to like get started with than something like.
Once you have it set up, though, it is extremely easy.
Yeah, but getting started, it is kind of intimidating compared to like Discord. Discord's like, well, I shouldn't say that. Discord now is like a little confusing. It used to be very simple, but I feel like it's got too much shit now.
Isn't Discord like something going on and they like are really scummy to their partners or something?
You know,
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. I guess.
I don't know. I heard
Great
some
service
streamer-
though.
I heard some streamer talking about how he's like still going to use Discord, but he's never going to give them a cent ever again for what they did. And I was like, what the hell is going on with Discord?
I'm not familiar with whatever they did, but the Discord's too convenient to not use, like especially as a streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so easy to like run like your community out of Discord.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. I want to play Stardew
The
again.
most recent thing I see is that Discord recently updated their terms of service with an arbitration clause, which is scummy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he was talking about.
I'm assuming that you guys saw the Disney thing this week, right?
Don't get me started.
Was that
It makes
okay?
me
I don't
so
know.
angry.
I don't know if I saw something from Disney this week. I saw something a few weeks ago. I think
Oh, maybe like it might have been 2 weeks ago now. I don't really know.
the thing where
But it was
like
recent.
the person like died of like an allergy attack,
Yes.
right? But since they had
Yep.
signed up for Disney Plus, they couldn't see
like
them.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have decided though they dropped or they waived their right arbitration. So, which
He's
is
not even
not
asking
really
for that much.
which is actually like not really that good. Well, the thing is, I thought the same thing, Gianna, but apparently, I think it's a quirk in like Florida state law, where like while suing them for wrongful death, that is just what he is allowed to ask for as a minimum, and then
Ooh.
I guess like at trial or something they can argue for more, or just jury discretion. I didn't really understand the ins and outs of it.
It's Florida being Florida.
Because I don't really understand civil law stuff. It's all very confusing, but
Yeah, legality is hell of a time. Let me say that.
and I work
As
at a
someone who
courthouse.
Yeah, as someone who used to work at a law firm, it's not easy.
You are VTuber Tony, so you have to look at the camera.
I am looking at the camera. Look at me, looking at the camera.
You are a VTuber Tony now. Have fun.
I always have fun as VTuber Tony. Look at me. Ha-ha. Look at my hair go. Whee! Excuse me.
What?
Nice
I
cough.
said excuse me. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
excused.
Yeah, you've been excused.
I'm waiting for the... I'm waiting for the... Where's your inhaler?
No, I just was gonna let you figure that one out on your own.
Mm-hmm.
I told you to bring it before.
I don't need it.
You just coughed.
This doesn't mean I need it. It just means I had a tickle.
You wheeze.
No.
Got a little
Okay.
tickle.
I had a little tickle.
So, Gianna will, like, this has happened a lot lately, where Gianna will be over and start wheezing, and be like, oh, you just, take your inhaler, that's how you fix that. And Gianna's like, well, I didn't bring my inhaler. And it's like, why?
Because there's nowhere to put it, and I'll lose track
your
of it, and then I'll lose it forever. And if it just stays in my room, I can't lose it.
Oh, you know what you could also do to remedy that? Get a purse.
I don't like carrying a purse. I
Bring
carry a
his
tote bag.
purse. Put it in your tote
I have
bag.
purse.
He carries around like a little backpack.
Do a
And
little
a
bit.
little baby backpack.
Like, even a baby backpack, I'm just like, I'll forget it wherever I am.
Okay,
leave it on your back.
I was just gonna butt in and say, I know that Gianna has lost her car before, so I think losing the backpack or purse.
This
I think losing the backpack
totally
or
different.
purse is probably way too likely and way too risky. Because she'll have the keys to the car and like her phone and wallet in there.
He's got a
Don't
point.
look at me like this.
He's got a real good point.
Don't look at me like this, Nikki. Don't. I didn't lose my car. Actually, I just didn't know where it
Okay,
was
I'm
parked.
against you getting
She
a purse
lost.
or a backpack now.
She did. So, like,
I
for all
lost
intents
my
and
car, I
purposes,
just
she...
didn't know where it was.
Yeah,
Is that
for-
what you said?
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. She like, I had to go rescue her. Like,
I
Chance
just
knows the
didn't
story.
know where it
I
was
didn't lose my
parked.
car. It was just hiding.
Gianna
playing
had
hide
no
and
idea.
seek and it
Gianna
won.
had like a 5-block radius of where the car could be.
I locked all the books and I couldn't find it.
And then I think it was at a block you didn't think it could be on.
I was like, I don't think it's that block until you went, it's right there. And I went, oh, okay.
It was like a pretty big area. It's like, it's somewhere in here.
Nikki, don't listen to them.
This is real. This is not a made up story. This
Don't
actually
listen
happened.
to them. You know what? I'm gonna blame. I had just gotten my hair done and the blonde redone, so the
You
bleach
were
had
like
seeped into my head.
fresh blonde. Yeah, that's fair.
The blonde bleach
You were,
had
like-
seeped into my head, and I forgot where I parked. Okay, leave me be.
You were super fresh blonde. What's chat saying?
Cam, nobody the car.
Is that Cam? Is that fully functioning regular size Cam?
It is fully sized, regularly functioning Cam. If you could
Fully
get
sized, regularly function.
if you could get a wearable necklace of string or chain and wear it with the inhaler on it, what am I, Zoe 101?
True. Oh my god, that'd be so awesome. You should do
It
that.
should be.
Just with my
Hi, Colin.
inhaler.
Gianna
Colin.
101.
Gianna 101. There we go.
You're Gianna 101. Did someone in Zoe 101 wear an inhaler necklace?
No, they wore her key necklace because she kept losing her dorm key.
That's a really good idea for you.
That's
It's
where
not
it comes
that bad.
from.
I've
you know?
never lost my keys before.
You've forgotten them, though.
I've forgotten my keys, but I've never lost them. I always know where they are.
Like, I just think we should get you, like, a necklace for, like, your keys, your
I
inhaler.
didn't lose my keys. I just
your
forgot where I put
pen.
them.
No, that's not true. I always know where they are. I never lose my keys.
See, I have a mini panic attack if I can't immediately locate my wallet, keys, and phone on my person.
I feel that.
Yeah.
They're all. I have like my specific pockets that they're in at all times, and if they're not there, something has gone tragically wrong.
Exactly.
I will say I haven't like actually lost it because I always find it in the end. But my work phone, I fucking like quote unquote lose that so regularly. I'm just like, ah shit, where did I put it? No fucking clue.
You guys ever lose your phone because it's in your hand, but you think it's in your pocket?
Yeah, I've done that before, and like,
looked
Well, I
for my
have.
I'm
phone.
not
used
proud
my
of it,
hand.
but I've.
I have to reach into my pocket with my hand.
I've been on the phone with someone and lost my phone before. Like, oh my god, I can't find
Okay,
my phone.
I've done that. I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Blue said, Tony, Gianna, I have something to show I have to show you two something. Ooh, show away. Cam said, sounds like Gianna's being picked on. Yeah, it sure does, huh?
That's fair.
No.
Tony, what is it? Blue is also Tony. Gianna's. See, if I was picking on Gianna, none of that would be true.
Yes, till I find it in my hoodie pocket. Oh my god, the hoodie pocket is always the worst. It's like a black hole.
The one thing that like I actually think is, and we've talked about this before, would be like a good necklace for you is like your weed pen,
Yeah.
because you do lose that like.
I lose that like crazy, especially because I got a disposable now, and the disposable is like the size of my thumb.
You know, I was thinking when I logged on to TeamSpeak earlier, I was like, I wonder if she ever found her pen that time she lost it for like and was
did
searching
indeed.
for it for like an hour on the podcast.
It wasn't an hour. It was 10 minutes before podcast, and Anthony raised his bed, and he looked under the mattress, and then it was in my pocket.
Yo, full named?
That
Let's
actually happened. Tony, I love that dog. Floof. Floof.
Dude, you just full first named him.
I call him Anthony more than I call him Tony, if we're being honest. This is stream that I try and call him Tony.
I know.
That's valid.
Yeah, as long as I know you're talking to me, that's fine.
Full name is a term of endearment for me.
Oh, so will you start calling Chance by his full name?
Oh, Chancicus?
No, Chancethan.
Chancethan. I was close.
Chance is probably happy we didn't say Chancellor, though.
Chancellor.
No, Chance's full name is Game of Chance.
Game over Chance.
Okay.
Yeah, let's pick on Chance now.
I've gotten picked on plenty in this TeamSpeak.
Yeah. He
And
has
I've
a
done my
girlfriend.
fair
Come
share
on.
of picking.
Wait, is that where ant comes from? Yeah.
It is, yeah, the HydroxideAnt. Yeah.
Mind blown.
How have I never made that connection? Wow.
Are you serious? Wait,
Guys, come
real?
on.
Look,
Guys.
What
What is Tony a nickname
time
for?
I've ever heard somebody call him Anthony. Okay, so
That's
it's
true.
not like that's a thing that I
That's-
hear a
that's
lot.
fair. Everyone.
You think
in,
his
like,
birth
our
certificate
group
says
calls
Tony?
him Tony.
No, but like no one around here calls him that. So
Yeah,
The,
not
enti-
very often.
you know,
yeah,
Super
the entire
duper
group
rare.
says Tony.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's very fair.
do you prefer Tony or do you prefer Anthony?
I don't have a preference.
Okay.
He was just introduced to me as Anthony, so it stuck.
Yeah, I don't. It's like I said. Realistically, if I know you're talking to me, that's really what's important.
Yeah.
It depends. It sort of depends who's saying it. Like a lot of people who will, like I'm like, ooh.
Oh, Blue, I got you. Hold on. Pat.
Thank
Pat.
you.
Blue also redeemed 3 clacks.
Oh. There we go. Nikki said I understood his username the first time I came on.
Nikki understood the assignment.
Cam's like, yeah, like, little Anthony don't work for me. Yeah, little Tony is like, I don't know. Tony is like, I really like Anthony in like professional settings. I like, for example, like in a work environment, I prefer Anthony just because Tony doesn't sound like as serious of a name. But like friends and family, yeah, call me Tony. I don't care.
But like when you were young, you used to not like Tony, right?
I did for a very long time not like Tony when I was growing up. But eventually I gave up and started liking it.
I for one love
mean,
Tony, so
It's understandable though, given the specific state where we live.
Yes.
Not to name names, but I could.
where there's just a lot of Tonys.
Well, and a specific pop culture thing.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
Ah, Tony.
Although I gotta be honest, I like it's one of that show specifically. I like just like over my head, never really heard of anything about like ever, and I was very surprised to learn how many people identify it with New Jersey.
Yeah, it
Not
is
very
funny.
good, by the way.
Blue
Didn't
is
like it.
redeemed. Tony has to accept a compliment. You are the best of the Tonys, specifically spelled with a Y. Because the best of the Tonys, spelled with an I, is Blue.
It's true.
Period.
Can confirm.
Period.
Look, as long
Period.
as it's not spelled the way male Aries spells it, then we're good.
How does male Aries spell it?
With a P and several other letters that don't belong in it. I shit you
What?
not. You've never seen him do that
What?
in the chat?
Excuse
No,
me?
I don't pay attention when he
He
talks in
spells
there,
it-
to be quite
Well,
honest.
neither do I. Neither do I, but this may give my eyes cancer, so I kind of had to. Like,
he had to.
he spelled
Yeah.
it Ptoeneee.
I hate that. I would never respond to that,
What
truthfully.
the fuck?
Patoni.
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 With a silent P.
Patoonie.
Patooey.
Like
Pizza,
pterodactyl.
we all love Tony.
I thought it's
Thank you,
pterodactyl.
pterodactyl.
Tony Wren, by the way, but I hope you know the cabbage dog is now my actual pillow. Yeah, I don't even use my other pillows anymore. That's so good. A while back, I believe Blue had it on her throne. We got Blue a cabbage dog, and now it's your pillow.
Oh my goodness.
Could be spelled toe knee. Yes. Like if someone pointed to their toe and then their knee, I'd be like, oh me.
That's sign language.
Sure.
Yeah, that was silent.
Yeah, of course.
Silent to you, 'cause fuck him.
The P is silent.
Why is the P silent in pterodactyl?
Because dinosaurs are dumb.
I was gonna say
Hey.
English is dumb.
So
but
true.
I love
Okay.
dinosaurs.
So true, Queen.
Dinosaurs are cool, man.
Hey, something can be cool and dumb at the same time.
6-year-old me is very offended right now.
Hey,
6-year-old
cool-
Colin's gonna fight you.
cool and
Dude, when
I
I,
could,
was
like-
6, like everything, every waking moment was like dinosaurs for like half a year. I swear to God.
You know, I think a lot of kids go through that. You know,
The
It's
funny
just
thing is,
that's
I
the
hadn't-
obsession.
The funny thing is, though, I hadn't seen Jurassic Park, which I feel like is the reason most kids go through a dinosaur phase.
I've never
But
seen
I-
Jurassic Park either.
Really?
Yeah.
Good movie.
Bill?
They're good.
Yeah, I'm not a movie person.
Yeah, a lot of the movies, like, I've learned that Gianna... I saw this a
Gianna
while
just
ago.
like not seen any popular media ever.
When
Pretty
it
sure
comes
we've
to
discussed that.
specifically movies,
Basically.
yes. She knows, like, a lot of mainstream stuff, like, arguably more than I do when it comes to a lot of things. But when it comes to movies specifically...
It's just blind.
Probably, like, a lot of what you consider, like, the top movies of all time and the top series of all time, Gianna has not seen.
I
What you're
just...
saying is we can steal jokes from them and seem original. Got it.
Yes, exactly.
I just don't have the attention span for movies unless I'm, like, really into it. Like, the book series that I read, and it's
Yeah.
becoming a movie.
I'm not judging.
It's
Just
completely reasonable.
Understandable.
get your entertainment how you want it. Like otherwise, it's not entertainment.
That's true.
Yeah. It is just interesting when it's like, oh, you haven't seen Star Wars, you haven't seen this, you haven't seen... Because it's
Well, I
like, I'll
consider
make
myself
a reference to something, and yeah.
I'm a bit of a film buff, so it's just kind of like...
I think we went through
I don't know.
a list of movies one time.
Well, we were going through, I think, like, IMDb's, like, top-rated, like, 100 top-rated movies or something.
And I saw, like, what, 30% of them?
Maybe 30.
Probably less.
I think it was less.
Well, I've seen all the Harry Potter films, which is more than Anthony can say.
Yeah, I've not seen the Harry Potter films.
Did you just bleh at the Harry Potter films?
I threw up in my mouth. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I'm just not a big fan of, you know, the creator.
Oh, me neither. I'm so glad
I
Daniel
mean-
Radcliffe wrote the Harry Potter
don't like-
series when he was a baby.
Wait a second. Hold on. You're not a fan of the creator?
No.
Actually, you know
No.
what? Hatsune Miku is
Hatsune
pretty
Miku.
good.
I was gonna
He's
say
great.
you don't like Hatsune Miku?
Yeah.
Dude, she wrote a fucking best-selling novel series and also made Minecraft.
That's what I was gonna say. Hatsune Miku also made
Like she's
Minecraft
one of the most
famously.
accomplished women of
Yeah.
all time. Definitely the most accomplished Vocaloid of all time.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, in the Vocaloid
Okay,
market.
but real talk, it is what does suck about the fact that she is one of those people that forces you to acknowledge that good art can be made by incredibly shitty people.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you have to realize too. There's like most of like the world's greatest authors in specific have done some really fucked up things in their life. You
Oh, I know.
Like
I-
a
we
lot of
just-
them are really fucked up people.
I'm so sad we just learned this about Neil Gaiman. It honestly made me want to start drinking again.
I
like,
heard that. I was so upset, actually.
Who?
Neil Gaiman.
I don't think I know who that is.
He wrote Coraline.
I actually never
What-
watched
what-
the movie.
what-
he
What's
also
the
wrote
new-
American Gods and
what's
fucking
the news about
Good
him?
Omens and a whole bunch of other good shit
What happened to him?
He had some allegations about being a creep.
with a babysitter.
Oh, lovely. Doing the
And-
RFK thing. Love it.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll say this. I don't find it the most surprising thing in the world, given some of what he's written.
Always been a
That's
little
fair.
strange.
Okay, the joke is, like, the main character in the Sandman Dream is kind of based off him a little bit, and one of Dream's main things is he keeps fucking up his relationships. So, like, I don't
makes
know,
sense.
but it's just depressing. Like, you know,
Yeah. It's like every time I'm like, oh, look, a decent content creator. It's like, nope.
You got to be very careful about
like at this point, I'm really glad that Stephen King has been upfront with his big problems, whereas literally he just got addicted to drugs and then like went to rehab and now he's doing okay. Like,
He's a cool dude.
That's
He's a
fine. You're
cool
not
fucking
hurting
dude.
anyone. Stephen
I
King
think
writes
he just
some
honestly
weird
does not
books.
give a shit about anyone but you know that what anyone thinks about him.
Well,
you
he's-
know, just
he's
honestly.
he's I think he's as old as Joe and probably a little older. Like, he's at that age where he's at the age where he knows what he's done. Like, he knows what he's accomplished, and he knows he just does not have to give a single solitary fuck anymore.
Yeah, about what anyone says or does.
It's true.
He was hoping we all reached that.
His books are weird though, because I'm reading. I don't remember what book I'm reading right now. But there's like the main character is 12, and he spends 3 pages talking about how badly this 12-year-old wants to fuck his teacher.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a weird fucking dude.
It's weird, and he also has a weird writing style. Like I learned when I was taking creative writing in college. Like apparently he will write a chapter, edit the chapter, and then not touch it at all. Like that's
Yeah.
it. And then he'll just write the
Well,
entire
no.
book like that.
Well, no, he what he does is he'll leave it in a drawer for like a month or two, and then come back to it after a lot of time has passed.
Oh, and that's
See,
what he
I
does
did
his
not. I
editing?
did not hear that part.
Or at least according to him, I'm a big Stephen King guy. I've read like
Gotcha.
basically everything he's ever written. And I
To be
also
fair-
recommend reading his book on writing to anybody even slightly interested in writing fiction. Also, it's just a very entertaining book. Like,
This is how you write about this kid wanting to fuck his teacher for 12 pages.
I can like kind of see that because like when I write, I mean, I'm obviously not writing like novels. I'm writing articles and such and like opinion pieces. I write it and I don't read it again. Don't read through. I don't read it over to edit it or anything. I write it and I pass it along for approval. If they have anything that they want to change, go right ahead. But I'm just like, I don't want to read it again because if I reread something I've already written, I want to rewrite it every time.
That's fair.
Like I'll
You know
never
what?
be satisfied.
In hindsight, that's also how I write my articles. I will just finish it and stop reading it and just submit it.
Exactly.
But then on proof day, I will read it again and I'll be like, "What the hell was I doing?" Because no,
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, it's just one of those things where like you'll always find something to nitpick. And like with my
Yeah.
own writing, I always find a lot to nitpick, and I always want to just start from scratch. I'm like, oh, this whole thing sucked. What was I thinking?
that's why he says to like he throws it in a drawer and leaves it for like a month or two and comes back to it, and it's been enough time that he can see it from the perspective of someone that hasn't been eating and breathing the same writing,
The content,
For-
yeah.
and it helps it like the obvious stuff will jump out and the subtle stuff like won't be as painful.
That's actually very
Just-
fair.
excuse me.
From our discussion on dinosaurs before, Grim said, no
Coming back to
dinosaur
the
fixation started for me because of a purple dinosaur for kids, and we don't mention his name.
No, we don't.
Is there a reason we don't mention his name?
Canceled?
Is
I
he
don't wanna mention
canceled?
his
I
name.
don't think he's
I
canceled.
swear
I
to
just think
God.
he's weird.
I just think he's weird.
Husky prefers books to films. That's a very, I think that's a very fair.
Or
And,
if
like, decently popular
if
take.
you were specifically referring to Harry Potter, you prefer the books to the films. I agree. But I can also say that J.K. Rowling is not a good writer, and her books are not the best.
CK said, don't mind me just adoring you, Wilder. Thank you, CK, for your 5 consecutive streams.
Hi, CK.
See, it very much annoys me that she like. No, she's not a great writer, but like she did a very good job creating the world and making it feel good. when you're
world
reading
building.
The books. Like, that's the thing. It doesn't have to be internally consistent. It just has to be consistent so that the story is good.
Yeah. I don't know. I have issues with a writer who said, okay, this is a Chinese character, and the only Chinese character in the entire story, you know what her name is? Cho Chang. Oh.
I mean,
Oh, wait, I have an Irish character, too. Oh, God, what do I name the Irish character? Seamus Finnegan. Like,
yeah, I don't mind that one.
What
as
the
much.
fuck?
Look,
That is a very fair Irish name, truthfully,
I'm
though.
sorry,
Yeah.
that's not at all.
Do you guys
uncommon.
remember the black character's name?
Yeah, there wasn't one. That's the joke.
Kingsley Shacklebolt?
Yup.
I'm sorry, what?
Yup.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I still think I still like that name. I don't give a shit. And like,
It's kind of
I
badass.
thought you meant
Yeah,
Dean
like,
Thomas
I
for a
really-
second.
It's kind of
Who's
badass.
Dean Thomas?
like, and here's
Another
my other thing.
character.
Oh.
Because all of her characters are named that way, like it or hate it, it's like it feels
It's consistent with the other names.
Like it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Like,
it definitely doesn't
what
feel
the Indian
good.
character
though.
named Pavati Patel.
I'm
Well-
just saying, like you can pull them out individually and dissect them, but like the whole point is that they're meant to just feel like consistent.
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, but like consistently not
Shacklebolt
great.
is really bad.
Shacklebolt is really bad, yeah.
I don't know.
Because like you can be consistent but also be bad, just consistently not great.
So by bad, I don't mean like say like the writing. I've never really read the books, truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
Just your naming convention could be maybe better.
Of just like let's find the
Just
most
have normal
stereotypical
people
name
names.
possible.
I know it's a fantasy world, so you want people to have like fantastic names, but
Mhm.
like maybe don't have their race be the only.
The main character's name is
characteristic of it.
Harold.
Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to chime in with that. Like
Yeah.
the main character's name is literally Harry Fuck Potter. Like it
Glad you put the
sounds like
fucking
a
in there.
joke on its face. Like,
Yeah.
That's his middle name.
What's his real
Harry
name?
F. Potter.
No, that's not his middle name.
Harold
Middle
F.
name is
Tell me you
James.
didn't read the books without telling me you didn't read the books.
It's Harold F. Pottsworth.
Pottsworth.
Yes,
It's
nailed
not
it.
even Potter.
Harold F. Pottsworth.
I don't know. I enjoyed the books. I still enjoy the books. Like
And you're welcome to. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, like, I've reread them.
I don't know. I like them. See, my mom was a big fan, and like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I also will say this: as a person who has lost a loved one at that age, like her depictions of his grief at losing Sirius were pretty damn good. In my
Very
Oh my god,
real.
spoilers of a book that came out 30 years ago.
oh fuck
Shut
off!
the fuck
dude.
up.
No, no, like, and I love. That's why I like the books more than I like the movies because I feel like the movies didn't really depict how distraught he was after that. Like, even after he watched Cedric.
You got the
die.
one scene.
He
You
was-
got the one like he yelled, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah.
All
But,
right, we're
like,
done with that.
he was so moody in like book 4 and book 5, and it's just not in the movies. And I'm just like, where's my angsty teenager Harry? Like,
So Husky asks for the book readers question of any of the people who read books and novels. Which is your least favorite book? For Husky, it's The Hunger Games. Read one and didn't enjoy it.
I love the Hunger Games series. Oh my god.
Yeah. Polar opposite reaction to that. Hell yeah, I like those books.
I think
I wanna read the
think
books
the
'cause I
Hunger
love
Games
the
are
movies.
such. They're such good
I like the movies.
commentary.
They're pretty good.
Least favorite novel? I'd have to go with Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro.
Anything written by Colleen Hoover.
Who's that?
Oh, she
idea who
writes
that
like
is.
garbage, like beach reads,
Oh.
Which reads?
like romance novels that you can read in a single
Oh.
sitting.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
What did you call them? Beach reads?
beach reads like you read them
I
in
thought
the
I said
beach.
beach
Okay,
raids
that's a good
at
name. I've
first.
never heard that before.
Like
Yeah.
Raid
Yeah.
Shadow Legends,
The
but
junk-
for the beach.
The
Yeah.
junk.
It's junk food for the junk
Junk
food of
food.
novels.
You know what I think my least favorite book is? My least favorite book also might happen to be my favorite book because it's so bad, but I couldn't finish it because of how bad it was. It's called Bears Behaving Badly.
I like the name of it.
Oh,
Wait, it gets better.
Is-
It is a book about a society where people are
It's
were
a
animals.
book about bears behaving badly.
No. Wait till they find out. They're were animals. So the main characters are were
God,
bears.
cringe.
And
God,
they're
cringe.
romantically involved and they're behaving badly because they're two were-bear cops on the scene of a hard-hitting child trafficking ring, and they're trying to get to the bottom of what's going on, but also they can't help but be
they're
attracted to
trying to
each
get to
other,
the bottom,
and they
alright.
behave badly, and that's bears
So I gotta
behaving
be
badly.
very honest. I gotta be very honest. When you said bears, I was thinking something very different.
Oh god.
You weren't thinking
Well, I mean, they're-
were-bears? Why wasn't that your
they're
first
bears
thought?
and they're bears, right?
I was going to say, yeah. From what I
bears.
can tell, they're bears and they're bears.
Bear
Nikki
by
said
day,
I thought
bear
you
by
liked
night.
I thought you liked that
Different
when you
types
were
of
reading
bears.
Juice of Me.
Love
Yes,
it.
I
Love
like
it,
it
folks.
so. I hate it so much that I like it. Like, it was so bad that it was good, Nikki.
The concept alone is hilarious.
That's what I mean. Like, I couldn't get
Yeah.
through it because it's not very well written. It's like very much like it reads like a fanfic almost.
Oh
It's
god.
probably
Sounds like
is.
It's bad. It's not good. But the concept was so wild. I was there for it, and I read about half of it, and then I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I just want to see if there's any spicy scenes in here because that would be funny. And the closest I get is a heavy makeout session, and then she goes, "Do you want to take care of that in the bathroom?" I'm like, "No, just take care of it. What are you talking about? That's what I'm here for." Like,
Oh
You
god.
wanted the descriptive scene on the werebear boner and how you take care of the werebear boner? Is that what I'm
All
hearing
I'm
right
saying
now?
is-
Okay.
all I'm saying
Tony,
is
let's
that
just call
book
it
was
the
like
wereboner.
600 pages.
The wereboner.
All I'm saying
The
is that book
woner,
was like
if you will.
600
The
pages, and I just wanted some fulfillment out of actually reading it. Like- so that's my favorite and least favorite book.
Yeah, that's a good.
Favorite and least favorite.
I don't know. It's just I would watch like a shitty series on that if they like made it.
Right.
Like I would watch it probably just to be like, what the hell is this? Husky said actually the one book that made Husky sick was it. Yeah, there's that weird scene at the end.
Yeah.
That we
Oh
don't
god,
talk
that scene
about
at the end.
from,
Here's my
Stephen
problem.
King.
It is legitimately one of my favorite novels, and because that scene at the end tends to overshadow the literal book of a novel it is, it makes me sad that that's literally the only thing most people will ever know about it.
Yeah, not great.
Never read it. That's the only thing I know about the actual book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
literally.
I'm
usually
only
the
vaguely
In the movie.
aware of what you guys are talking about.
I
they have like a
Some not very appropriate
In
things.
context,
I'm trying to like pig Latin and I can't do it.
they run a train on the girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah,
not very cool.
They more or less. Okay, I'm going to talk about something different then. You know, planes are really cool, orgy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I thought
Yeah.
you guys were talking about.
But what
That's why I'm
sucks
like, he's a
is
weird guy.
This stupid fucking scene overshadows this great book about the nostalgia of childhood and how some of it really was as good as you remember and how a lot of it really wasn't and how the context changes everything, and then when you grow up you lose that context, and it's just
Yeah, it's
not to mention the introduction of one of the most iconic fucking like fear monsters to ever be created.
like easily top 5, like maybe even better. A monster that feasts off of your fears.
That's
know.
pretty fearful.
That transforms into it, and usually in the books transforms into it fused with a clown,
Yeah,
which is even scarier.
Which yeah,
I don't
as
like
everyone
clowns.
can agree, will make anything scary.
I don't like clowns.
That was I remember the one character was like, "What are you afraid of? Clowns?" It's like, oh well, he doesn't have to transform.
Yeah, no, he just is.
I always wondered like, what if your fear was something very like odd? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like-
that happened
like
in the
my
book
fear
a
of
lot. That was
elevators?
the cool part.
Like,
Like-
what's so something weird like that someone had a fear of that like it, you know.
Elevators.
I mean, I'm
Elevators.
trying to think of one that's not going to bump people out.
Oh, they just okay.
It was
The
everything
concept
from
of-
like. Well, the idea is it was set also when it was set like monster movie stuff, like so like, you know, classic Frankenstein werewolf type stuff. But then you
Yeah.
had like, it would turn into like, fuck. There was like one kid was scared of this rumor that there were like dead people floating at the bottom of the canal,
Oh.
and it turned into a bunch of dead boys like
Yeah.
zombies. It was really fucking creepy. No, there was a lot of good shit.
Yeah. So Husky says, speaking of clowns in the one Call of Duty Zombies, they did the worst thing ever: zombie clowns.
I don't
But
like
those
that.
are actually
God.
better than regular clowns because you
Hate
can
that.
shoot them without getting in legal trouble.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like you kind of can take out all your fears in the Call of Duty game. Yeah. Why not? Clowns
Do
clowns
not
are
like.
like kind of freaky because they have like that uncanny valley type of thing going on with them,
Yeah.
where it's like we know you're human, but like something just feels wrong.
It's not exactly right.
Yeah. Sorry, Gianna. Husky said it.
Yeah, that's okay. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. That's why, like, okay, not a clown, but that's why, like, I don't like Mr. Beast's thumbnails, because there's just something that doesn't look right about them. Like,
Always. They're so creepy.
yeah, they just, like, I don't like your thumbnails, man. Like, they just, like, something looks wrong about them. They don't, obviously it's a person, but, like, I don't know if they use, like, AI or something to touch up, like his face or something, and that changes it like a little bit, and it makes it look.
It
wrong.
looks like he
I
wants
don't
to
know.
eat you.
Yes, yeah, and it's just
Am I
like
wrong?
something
Like-
is-
It always does. Just a little bit.
It was actually really funny because I feel really bad because like the scandal's going on, and then Jaden Animation just posted about how she won the freaking.
Yeah,
It was
I was
like-
so happy when Jaden won that though because
Oh, she
it's
won?
Jaden, yeah.
Good for her.
Oh yeah. I find it really like. I don't know. It's very
I
funny.
saw
to me
that on my YouTube homepage like today, and I was like, "Oh God!"
And I don't mean this in a weird way, but like out of all the bigger streamers, she got to win, and I find that really like cool.
I'm trying to think of who
would've
else
raged if
I
it was,
would
like,
have.
Well, Logan
Paul
Paul
has
was
one.
there, so
Logan
I would
Paul-
guess if it was
So
him.
like for
I would've
anyone
been pissed.
that watched the video, Logan Paul's a fucking idiot.
I hate Logan Paul.
I think
Oh
that
my
was
God!
scripted,
I have
though.
to say something in chat real quick, like our TeamSpeak chat.
Whatever this says, you're not allowed to read it out loud.
It's
I know
it's gonna
that.
dox me. So
Well, you're the one who's in the chair. You can just minimize it.
I didn't know if you needed it up.
Oh, that's
God.
very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, but for anyone who
So,
saw that video, Logan Paul gets eliminated because he sees plates being smashed and runs across a line like a buffoon.
Wait, what does he do?
So the idea was you have to basically stay in this box, right? Mm-hmm. And if you leave the box, you lose. And like there are competitions where if you lose, you gotta leave anyway. Mm-hmm. He had won a competition, and then I Show Speed was not in the competition and was smashing plates outside of the box. And Logan's like, "Let me get one of those plates. I want to smash them," and ran out of the line to go smash a plate.
He might just be that dumb, though.
I don't.
I
He
like,
might have
it-
just.
truly believe.
He could really be that dumb.
pretty fucking
I would
stupid.
believe. Well, this is
I
like
also
why you
wonder-
film dead bodies. Like,
Either
That's literally
that
what
or-
Husky just referred to. In
Oh,
Japan.
yeah?
One of the places
Yeah.
you should not go to in Japan. He went to,
yep.
Yeah,
which
I've
we will
always
not name
like,
the place as well. On
No.
the podcast.
I have a conspiracy theory that like when Beast's team saw that he had gotten to the later round, they knew that a lot of people online would bitch if he won,
So
and they
had to
might
get
have talked
out.
him into just doing something stupid.
Yeah.
I would hope that they would have enough sense, but I'm not entirely sure if they would.
I don't know.
You
I really
know-
like Jaden's video because the way how she represented like all the streamers just by like writing their names on like their chests. Like it was really funny. I don't
The
know.
only other streamers that I was really rooting for in there, I like Ludwig. Ludwig was in there.
I like
um,
Ludwig a lot, which makes me scared because I'm fairly certain he's probably gonna get outed for doing something sketchy, and it's gonna
Because
suck.
he's just insane
He's so good,
sometimes. Like, he's so
Yeah.
funny.
He's so funny. He's so
I don't know
cool.
who this
But,
person is.
okay.
Him
I
and
feel like if you
Schlatt,
saw
like
Ludwig...
Him and
Uh,
Schlatt, yeah.
Dude, Schlatt is so fucking funny, but, like,
Okay,
I'm just
I'm
waiting
is-
for something to like
I'm
pop
waiting,
out
you're
that he
waiting,
did something
right?
really
Like-
dumb.
I think no matter what, Schlatt is in specific is uncancelable just
Yeah, I
because
don't think you
everything
can
he
admit that.
says, like he says so much that's fucked as a joke, you know. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
think people like it's so built in, like, oh, anything he says is okay because
I
it's
don't know.
always a joke.
I'm just like after Gus Johnson, I'm afraid to love any YouTube
Oh yikes!
creator.
Yikes!
Like I'm afraid to like anybody online now. I'm like,
I'm afraid
alright,
to
so-
ask. I didn't know Gus Johnson had like a thing happen.
Oh yeah, he's canceled.
Who's
yeah,
Gus Johnson?
he was a sketch he is a sketch
That's
comedian
what
on
it is.
YouTube. I still watch his stuff, ashamedly.
Interesting. Well,
He's
I'm just gonna. Was it bad? Because I'm just gonna Google it then.
Yeah, his his partner, Ablina Sabrina, or whatever the name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out she had a miscarriage and he was abusive the whole time, and
Yeah, it was not good stuff.
it's not great. Another example of when talented people are also shitty people.
A
Yeah.
lot of them are. A lot of them are.
I'll still take him over fucking the Paul brothers any day because at least he has talent.
True. Very true.
I hate the Paul brothers so much.
Like I genuinely, I look at them and I'm just like, really? They were they're still some of the biggest people. Really?
Kind of
Like-
crazy when you think about it.
They should have been canceled so long ago.
Well, they have been.
Not even
But, like,
canceled,
successfully
just ignored.
canceled.
Like,
Yeah.
They're just durable.
They just
Their celebrity status is too durable.
they're too big to be like, unless they did something like. There are a few
I
like very
think Jake
specific
did do-
crimes.
they
Logan
did the one
did do
thing I
something.
think would cancel anybody permanently, and they somehow came back.
That's
I
what I
mean,
mean.
there's a
There
lot
are
of-
like there are like to me like 2 or 3 things where if a person does, it's impossible to come back. He did something really bad, but like it's not one of the 2 or 3 things.
Bro, the first time I
I
heard
mean,
about
it's fucking up there though. Like,
the
Yeah.
first my first introduction to Logan Paul was when he faked being colorblind. Okay, so
Even though he
that
liked being colorblind. I like
yeah,
him
that's
less now.
very early on, he faked being colorblind and got the colorblind glasses so that he could do a video claiming that they cured his colorblindness, and he saw a sunset for the first time and he cried and stuff.
God.
What a prick.
But like, if you just scrolled through his videos, like there was a really funny. I found out about it from like H3 did a video about it, like mocking him, because it was like literally if you scrolled like 5 videos back on his channel, there was a video of him after installing like RGB lighting in his room, changing the colors and being like, "I'm a fucking blueberry" because the lights are blue. Now I'm a
Oh my
strawberry
God.
because the lights are red and shit. And it was just like, obviously not colorblind, bro. You think you would have mentioned it in the video where you're like lighting yourself up in different colors, maybe that yeah, I'm sure this is really beautiful to you guys, but I can't see them.
I'm just saying, I'm expecting the Paul brothers to like fucking kill a dog or something to get popular now. Like, what else can they do?
Well, Logan, one of them adopted a quote-unquote teacup pig, and if you know anything, teacup pigs are like not really real
I think it was Logan.
most of the time,
Uh-huh.
because they just are babies and then they grow up. And he abandoned the pig, and then like some local farmer rescued it and nursed it back to health or something, I believe.
Yeah,
Actually,
it was,
the pig might have passed.
It was Logan.
So close
That's
enough to
so
killing a dog.
Shitty.
Just make it stop. Like,
Stop being shitty.
They
Just
don't-
be a decent person.
They can't stop.
be
being
shitty. Just stop being famous. Go away.
The one thing
World
that
full of shitty
really
people.
grinds my gears is I'm a WWE fan, and I have been for a very long time. And he started wrestling, and
I
he's
know.
really good, and I hate it. Like I hate it so much that he's good.
I mean, I could see him being God's perfect heel. Like, come on.
Yeah, but like I mean, like
who wouldn't wanna deck that
athletically
face?
wise,
Come
and like skilled in the ring for someone who like never trained
Yeah.
in his life, he was awesome. And it's like I hate this.
Well, it's WWE. It's, you know,
Yes,
Opa
but
said
there
love
is
your
a
face. Love
certain
your face,
amount
Opa.
of there's a lot of skill that's involved because you need to be like technically skilled to like do a lot of the moves without getting seriously injured.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's got to know. I'm not surprised though. He's got a personal trainer because he's got to know the minute he starts. He's not likable. So the minute he starts being less physically attractive, his 15 are up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys recently that podcast I never really listened to him besides this one episode. Two Bears, One Cave. You guys heard of that podcast? So I was listening because they had
don't
Jon
think I
Stewart
have.
on recently, and he was talking
Oh.
about his little arc on WWE back a couple years ago, and he was just saying like, yeah, it's it's scripted, but I got whatever fucking I don't even remember. He got like fucking Batista bombed or some shit
He got
during his arc on WWE.
He got attitude adjustment from John Cena.
Attitude adjustment. There you go.
Yep.
And he was like, "Yeah, it's like fake and stuff, but like when I hit the ground, I couldn't even see for like 10 minutes. I didn't know what was going on because I am not like trained for this. My body is not built to like learn how to take the impact properly." And was like, the only advice I was given was like tuck my chin in or something beforehand, and that was it.
Yeah. That was to not
That's pretty
paralyze him from the neck.
Exactly.
To not break his
exactly.
neck. Yeah.
Yeah, and he
it
was like,
disappoints me. It disappoints me
and-
to know that Jon Stewart lowered himself enough to go on Two Bears, One Cave.
he
What is
talked
Two
about
Bears,
how,
One
like,
Cave? I don't know what that is.
I don't know
It-
about why. Are
it's
they like controversial?
It's Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer being Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer.
Oh,
Like,
that show. Okay.
It was only one of them. I know that only one of the hosts was there. It
probably
was just
Tom.
one of them with Jon Stewart,
don't
and
know.
it was a very interesting interview.
The only good part of that podcast, I'm not a fan. I know Tom Segura. He was good. Now he's an asshole. Burt was
okay.
never good. I will say this though. Look up if you ever want to laugh. You need to just fucking like reflexively laugh for whatever reason. Like you have the hiccups. Go look up Two Bears, One Cave Kool-Aid.
Oh God, put that on my watch list.
It's literally it's just the two of them dying laughing about something, but something about it is contagious in a way. I don't know.
He also, in part of that, he was talking about how the medical treatment and stuff there is also like such a joke, because he was like brought in the night that he got the attitude adjustment. They sent in their quote unquote WWE doctor or whatever, and the guy was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna do a checkup, make sure you're healthy enough to like take this, whatever." He was like, "All the guy did was like take my blood pressure and my pulse." And left the room and was like, "All right, I'll check up with you afterwards to make sure you're good." And he was like, the guy never came back afterwards, and I'm fairly certain he wasn't a real doctor because all he did was take my blood pressure and say that means I'm cleared to fight in a ring.
Yeah, there've been like some lawsuits involving that with decently famous wrestlers where they sued WWE for letting them wrestle when they've had like staph infections and like very serious like
Such a
Yeah.
like there was I don't know if people know wrestling that much, but there's a wrestler CM Punk who sued WWE a while back because he like was concussed and like they let him wrestle.
Oh, yeah, I remember CM Punk. I didn't know he sued them though.
Yeah. That's why he was like, they were not on terms for like a decade.
Yikes.
Funny enough, CM Punk does wrestle for WWE again now. It's how
That's
how
kinda
wrestling
crazy.
works, though. Is that like
'Cause there's
a
no
company and a
competition.
wrestler? Well, there technically is now, but
I mean, yeah, but like, what is the actual market share? You know?
yeah.
Because like, there's always been some level of competition, but never one that's actually big
AEW
enough.
is like the biggest competitions that WWE has had since WCW. So they have the biggest competitor they've had in the last like 23 years right now. It has made WWE get better. And Vince McMahon not being part of the company anymore also made it a lot better. Because that's another guy who's done some really shitty things.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to watch the Behind the Bastards on him. 'cause I
You
heard
still
it's
haven't
funny.
watched that?
Dude, there's a lot of them, alright? There's a lot.
Bro, that one's so good.
And I don't know, I like the more historical ones, like...
No, the Vince McMahon one is so good. It's also extremely long, though. It's 6 parts. The only other episode that's as long, the only other series
Kissinger.
is Henry Kissinger.
Kissinger is
So
my
it really
favorite
tells
episode.
you just how big of a piece of shit Vince McMahon is.
I'm
Huge.
telling you, if you have a long car trip, Behind the Bastards,
Yes.
Henry Kissinger.
And Vince McMahon. I'm telling you, Vince McMahon's one is so good. There's so much stuff that is just like so beyond comprehension in it that you're like, how is this guy not in fucking prison for life?
Yeah, there's a lot of things about him that aren't even podcast appropriate. You know what I mean? Like there are a few levels too far for. But yeah, famous people get away with a lot of things. It's
Yeah.
the moral of the story.
If you're rich,
You can,
you can
get
do
away
whatever
with
you
it.
want.
It is true.
God bless America. just the way God intended.
USA.
USA, USA.
Teehee. I don't feel like moving.
No. Cozy.
Yeah.
We switched spots. I'm officially the Tony.
You've been the Tony for a while.
Welcome back to
But I was only interim Tony. Now I'm official Tony.
Yeah.
You're full-time Tony? You're going
Full
full-time?
time Tony.
You're taking over. But all of our
full-time job.
things have now swapped. Actually, no.
You
never
poor
mind.
soul, I'm
yeah,
so
never
sorry.
Mind, I'm not doing that. No, you just get to be you plus me now. I don't really exist. I'm kind of off the grid. So, enjoy.
Don't you want to be me?
No.
Oh.
Damn.
I'd rather just be off the grid.
Alright, cool.
Oh my
cool,
God.
Cool.
You are very cool as a person, but there are other things that circulate you that I don't want to deal with.
Cool.
I'll take the dogs you
Cool,
have,
cool.
There you go. There you go.
but
There's
then I'm
something
going
there.
off the grid. So you still get to be Gianna, but you also have to be Tony now too.
Sounds exhausting.
Good luck, have fun.
And Tony's just gonna be underscore.
Yeah.
Nikki said, Tony, you don't want to be friends with me?
Aren't I already friends with you, Nikki?
The same.
Well, yeah, I guess if we took Gianna's place, I could go to hang out with Nikki, and you would have to go do the things I have to do on Sunday.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, that sounds fun actually. Oh.
Yours is definitely more fun.
Oh, you mean this particular Sunday?
Yes.
Not our usual Sundays.
No.
This particular Sunday is going to be a lot of fun, Nikki.
Yeah,
What are you
but-
doing this particular Sunday, huh?
We're doing a paint and sip with coffee in the
Oh,
morning.
and I wasn't invited.
Wait, I'm not done. And then we're going to a water
how
park.
convenient. How
That's
convenient.
Chance, you never want to hang out with me.
Bullshit. Don't invite me and then say I'm the one that doesn't want to hang.
Plus,
Still
it's a
haven't
trust
come
you don't
to
want be
visit
in my
us.
shoes, PTSD.
You know.
I was about to say,
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
proximity
you talk-
has
you
nothing
talk
to
to
do with it,
him.
does it, Chance?
What I do?
You know, Tony's come to visit us. You haven't. So
Hey, I've said Tony when we going, and I've gotten, so you talk to him.
But I don't think we've actually ever had that conversation.
I've said multiple times. I would love to.
who do I believe?
So the conversation we've had is like, oh, we might go see a concert there, and if we do, we should talk to Chance and Aries and see if they want to go.
No, and then we talked about it more. We've talked about a podcast, definitely.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I would love to go see
It's,
Chance
it's
again.
just my natural mode whenever someone mentions something like that to just be like, oh, but you won't visit me. Including my family. When my family makes comments about like going on vacation or something, I'm like, oh, but you don't want to come drive down here and see your brother. Gets them really annoyed. Funnier that way.
Can't imagine why.
That's my job. I'm a little brother, you know? Kind of what I do.
Yeah, I can't relate. I'm a big brother.
I'm a little sister.
Well, I'm a little brother.
Like you said, to be
I also
fair,
have-
I am the one that invited Gianna, so
That's true.
take that. Checkmate.
Derek said my family always complains I never visit when they all camp near me every year. Yeah, tell them. You tell them, Derek.
How far do you live from your
Husky,
family?
I can
Derek?
relate more than you know, by the way.
Oh, there's currently a concert a few blocks away from you, Husky. If you live in like an area that like, I don't know, Gianna would love that.
I would love that.
But I could definitely understand not. That'd probably Gianna's dream.
Oh my god, yeah, living somewhere where I can just listen to a
No, but
concert from my
see,
bed.
then I'd actually have to see them, and I greatly prefer the current arrangement. Fair. Relatable. In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night. Oh, yeah.
It would definitely be
Oh, yeah?
easier to go visit Chance now because I would have a second person to share driving with.
Hey, 2 hours each, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fun.
That was so for me though. When I went to visit Chance, that was the furthest I'd ever driven. Like,
and mid drive, his phone charger
Yeah,
took a
I didn't-
shit.
I know. I just didn't have a car phone.
Oh,
charger.
you just. Oh, I thought your phone charger just stopped working.
Oh no, he just didn't have one. He told me.
You
Yeah, I
absolute
just didn't
goober.
have
Well, why not?
one.
Why not just pull off at a rest stop and buy one?
No, I just you know
That was too
like,
much work.
Truthfully I was looking for them, but you know, I was like, yeah, I could probably make it. I got to Chance's house on like 2% of my phone.
That is way too close for comfort.
And like, you got to keep in mind, I am in a place where I have no idea where I am.
That's what I
mean. So like, I would have just like honestly, if like my phone had died, I had a plan. I would just find the first off ramp and drive until I found like a convenience store.
Yeah.
And plug my phone in. But it definitely wasn't. Now I have a car charger.
Now he has a car charger.
Your family lives 4 hours away from Chance. Does your family
what
live
the
in
hell?
America?
Your family lives in the great U.S. of
I
A.
think that's my family lives 4 hours away, comma, Chance.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were saying
That's not that.
like
4
from
hours is
Chance. I'm like,
nothing.
what? You got an American family?
4 hours
That's
is
what
not
Tom said.
nothing.
Got to.
Nikki, it's true.
I drive 6 hours to see my family.
I'm just saying, Chance. I take every time I want to go see everybody up in fucking North Jersey. It's always a 2 or 2.5 hour drive, and by the end of the night, I want to shoot myself because I have to drive home.
Yeah.
That's nothing. Plus, you gotta stay. You gotta take a little overnighty. You know?
I mean, not always an option, right?
Anything over like 2 hours, I feel like an overnighty is necessary.
Yeah, at that point, you know.
I mean, it'd be nice.
Unless
but
it's
again,
like,
not
unless
always
there's
an option.
absolutely no way. You know?
Mm-hmm. Sadly, my family's scattered around the world. That's kind of cool, though, Husky. It's like, I don't know, you're from everywhere. But I get not seeing them easily is really not the best. Or maybe it is, depending on your family dynamic. Who's to say?
It's 4 hours there and back. It sucks, but doable. Damn. Yeah, I kind of think it'd be cool to have, like, there are members of my family who are scattered throughout the U.S., but definitely not in other countries for the most part. It is so funny how, like, like my genetic makeup is such a mutt, like from all over different parts of Europe, a little bit in Asia, different places, and now it's like, yeah, we don't really know anyone from any of our original places. We just know.
That's what America is for, man.
Yeah, we just know everyone here.
Look, the American anthem is forget other countries, we're doing us.
It's true.
True. So true, King. Inspirational, some might say.
Proud to be American.
Well, at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died. Gave it right to me.
Stand up.
Up
And
next
there's a pause after up, like for like a few seconds.
Next to you.
That song, like, so the one thing I will say is that like all of those songs are very ingrained in like all of us.
Yeah. Because we heard them 15,000 times.
Yeah.
And only those specific versions. No other covers.
Yep.
I mean, there's one other I know, but I don't want to sing it anymore because of it has gained a new context.
Oh god.
Like, all I'm saying is, it would have been nice for Hulk Hogan not to appear at the RNC.
Oh my god.
I was very sad. Well, I mean, like, I knew that's where he leaned,
Yeah.
but, like, I was hoping...
I think we all knew it was coming, right? Like,
Surprised. Going back to WWE having employee horrible standards. That's who you can thank.
Yeah. Not a great guy.
no, not a great human being. No.
They go over that in the Behind the Bastards episode, by the way.
I
About
will
him,
watch it, Chance.
I kind of want to watch it too, because I want to hear, like, what they... Because I know a lot of the stuff just offhand from being a
yes.
wrestling fan for a very long time. So I'm curious if there's things I don't know in it.
I knew about, I would say 30%. My boss is like a huge WWE fan. He actually went to SmackDown a couple days ago, or last week, whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
But I had him listen to it, and he was like, "Yeah, I knew most of it, but there was still like a good, 30% that I didn't know." And I was like, "How the fuck did I not know this? And how the fuck is he not in jail?"
I would wonder... I'm going to guess for me it'd be, like, a similar case to that.
Where it's just like, it was a lot of like the old stuff with stuff that he didn't know, like stuff that happened in like the 80s and shit.
Yeah,
where he was
true,
like, I was too young to
stuff
know.
That I wouldn't know unless like I've heard stories of it.
Exactly.
Because there's stuff that like, if you're in the space long enough, you hear stories about.
You just get the rumblings and stuff.
Yeah. Like anything that happened from like 2000 on, I think I would know about. Even I didn't start watching until I was like 13 or 14, I think. But you catch up, like you learn about like things that have happened and like the history. I don't know, that's what
You have to learn very quick to catch up on everything, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, a lot of WWE stuff does not make sense unless you
No.
know like a lot of history, which is crazy.
Like, it also, like, I wonder if Gianna could attest to this. To watch anything WWE related, it probably really helps to have someone who can like translate for whatever.
Oh yeah,
everything
I have
that's
no idea
going
what's
on.
going on.
You know, because
And then
it's
you go,
like
watch for
here's
them?
the tea, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh okay,
because
You watch with
I
them?
yeah.
occasionally. Well, I don't
nice.
like I will watch like pay-per-views.
You don't watch every
No,
show, though.
I will watch like YouTube highlights of certain shows, or like if I look on because they upload like their segments and stuff to YouTube. So if there's people I like in it, I'll watch that. Like right now, one of the biggest guys in WWE is Cody Rhodes. I like Cody Rhodes a lot.
I like Cody.
Yeah, I showed Gianna like his entire like story
They're
arc.
so mean to Cody all the time, and it makes me so upset.
My boss went with giant Cody Rhodes signs.
Yeah.
So
That's so cool.
He's got like a real like interesting story, truthfully.
Nepo baby.
He is a Nepo baby, but like it also he was a Nepo baby because like he got his start because of his last name. But also like he didn't go far in his first run.
Yeah,
and like
my boss was when he said like, oh yeah, we're bringing like Cody road signs and shirts and stuff. I was like, yo, that guy still like wrestles, and he was like, yeah, he's like one of the biggest names right now.
Yeah,
and I was like, he's gotta be old, right? He was wrestling when I was like a kid and
he's
watching.
only like in his
he was like
lower 30s, I think 33 or 34.
Yeah, I was like, he was like wrestling when I was a kid, and he was like, no, he's young. Are you thinking of his dad? And I was like, no, Cody Rhodes wrestled when I was a kid. Fucking Dusty was long retired.
Yeah,
and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god, he started in the WWE at like 21.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was like 18 when he first got signed.
Which is like a crazy young.
Yeah, so he was like 21 when he came up to the main roster.
Which
so
is
like you're not
like
wrong. He was
unheard of.
wrestling 15 or at least over a decade ago.
Yeah.
But he was a young guy.
Yeah. Because that's what I remembered. So I figured like, oh, he's got to be pretty old, like on his way out or something. But no, I guess not.
No, because
big name.
Like the thing about him that like his story is pretty interesting is he was in WWE for a while. He hit a roadblock of like the famous saying in WWE is creative has nothing for you. Is that you're just in the company and you could sit in catering for like the rest of your life, and since his last name he would be paid, but he didn't want to do that. He wanted to be
he's
like
just gonna
a
like
guy.
they're just gonna have him do like house shows and shit.
Yeah. Even if you sometimes there are people who don't even do house shows and they're just on the roster
and they
for
just
like
sit
a
on
decade.
payroll?
Yeah, do that all the time. WWE likes to
That's
hoard
crazy.
talent.
Yeah.
So he left.
One of the ways they have been so dominant.
Yeah, so he left WWE, and before I was saying AEW is a wrestling company that's the biggest competition to WWE in like the last like 20 years.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes was one of the founders of that company.
and
Cody
he
Rhodes
left?
and a bunch of he ended up like leaving that company to come back to WWE after.
That's so strange.
Yeah, it is weird. But and then when he came back to WWE, you know, to keep in mind he was gone for like probably 5 years or so. The idea was that his father, Dusty Rhodes, never was a world champion in WWE. And he was talking about how it was his dream, since his father never was able to be champion, to one day win it himself and be able to get like give it to his dad to hold the championship and be like, this is for you. But his dad unfortunately died.
He's dead. Dusty died?
Dusty died like 7-8 years ago, I want to say.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So he couldn't do that, but like that's what started his whole story. He like at least says he left with the goal of always coming back.
Which is probably true.
Yeah. But he did start in... he is responsible for WWE actually having competition.
Yeah.
So.
And my boss was... As I said, he's a big fan. When I first started working, where I work, he had told me like, oh yeah, you know, I was a big fan as a kid. Now I just like kind of listen to some of the podcasts. Like I know what's going on, but I don't watch it anymore. And then like maybe a year ago, he's like, oh yeah, I started watching it again. And recently I was talking to him and he was like, honestly, I would recommend watching it again because it's the best that it's been in like probably 20, 30 years.
That's what...
Because there's competition and Vince McMahon is gone and not making the decisions anymore. So like things are actually getting interesting. Some of the storylines are actually like really entertaining.
The funniest thing is, for anyone who knows wrestling, this might be a wild concept, but Triple H is the head of creative.
Yeah.
And he's the one that
I heard
writes
that and I was like,
everything.
what?
And he's actually like really like understands the business more than like obviously he's wrestled himself for like 20 years, right?
Yes, you have to have some
you think
knowledge,
he
but...
knows something, but like he understands like what people want way more than Vince did. Vince just wanted to do
Vince is a
whatever
fucking
he
idiot.
felt like doing.
Vince is a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And Triple H just is like, oh, this is what people want, huh? Oh, let's fucking do it. Like, they changed the main event of WrestleMania, their, like, biggest show of the year, because of what, like, the crowd reactions were.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so, like, legitimately, this wasn't, like, a storyline thing. The main event of WrestleMania was supposed to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
Oh, God. Why do we have to bring The Rock every fucking time?
Yeah. And, yeah, they just brought The Rock because he's a big name, you know, and he had time for so he was going to wrestle at WrestleMania. But because Cody was so popular, they had to change it to be Roman Cody. Just because like,
okay,
the backlash
so, like,
they were
actually
getting for
did some
Cody
fan
not being in
service.
the spot was insane. Like, they were like, alright, this is blowing up online. Let's gauge the next, like, 5 live shows to see what they are, and Cody's reactions were crazy, and everyone was chanting, we want Cody. So it's like, alright, yeah, we have no choice. This is not what we're doing. So it was weird for, as someone who's watched that show for a while, for something the fans wanted to happen. Because this might sound like a really stupid concept, and it is. Wrestling is, historically, is something that the people who make it hate their fans.
Oh, yeah. Super
yeah.
disconnected.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because it shares a lot of similarity with comics in that same vein.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I've often noticed that, like, the people who do the writing and stuff kind of almost have this self-hatred of the medium they find themselves in.
Mm.
Which is just kind of pathetic, in my personal
Yeah,
opinion.
no, definitely. It's crazy because, like, at least now it seems like that's why, like, I think your boss is right a lot to your chance, is that, like, it's, for the first time in a while, things, like, are like, oh, I like this.
Oh, they're actually paying attention to what we want.
Yeah, it's like, this is weird. I don't know how to react to them doing things we like. They always have done the things we don't want, but I would still watch. What's wrong with me?
He also told me, like, plus, you know, now all the pay-per-view events are just available if you have a Peacock subscription.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
and I was
Peacock,
like,
you just get
yo,
it
are
for
you
free.
kidding me?
Yeah.
I had to, when I was fucking watching wrestling, I had to hunt for perfectly legal ways to
Yeah.
watch the pay-per-view events.
Yeah, exactly. You would have to either cough up $60
And hold on.
once a month. Oh, by the way.
Exactly. That's what I said to him. I was like, listen, if only WrestleMania was a pay-per-view, then I probably would have just done it every year. Just
Yeah.
WrestleMania. But there's a pay-per-view every fucking month, and they so greatly impact the storylines. Don't watch them. You don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, you lose out if you don't watch the pay-per-views.
You lose out on so much story.
Yeah.
So that's actually like a pretty sick
I gotta be
move.
honest though. Do people still even want to watch The Rock wrestle? Like,
So
I would
the
not find it
one
entertaining.
thing is that wrestling like has different periods of time where like this amount of people watch wrestling at this time of year. When The Rock shows up, more people tune in.
Yeah.
It's just the truth.
it's just like I find it surprising only because
He's old now, dude. Like,
he's
he looks old.
like that's exactly what I was trying to like say without saying. He seems really too.
If
like,
you
it's not,
saw him,
not his scene
like
anymore.
he, like when he came back for the run he did at like this past WrestleMania, like he was really good. Like his character work and everything was awesome. But I kind of think that's because all of the Hollywood training he's gotten now.
Yeah.
Like his acting and stuff is top tier for wrestling. Wrestling acting is a very different
It's
thing.
always
doing an
bad.
It's
asterisk.
very bad. Yeah, it's like for wrestling. He's like, he's not
No, yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Hanks. but like he was very interesting. But like you could just see for the first time since like, I mean, like for a wrestling fan, you know who The Rock is. You've seen his face 20 million times. He looked old.
Yeah.
He looked tired to me, and I'm like, oh man.
Kind of sad.
Poor Rock.
Yeah, I'm like,
Poor Dwayne.
yeah, I'm like,
Poor Dwayne. He has to work
Yeah.
for a living, even though he's got $50 bajillion.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
and the thing is,
I
like,
don't feel bad because like people like that, I'm like, bro, you have all the money in the world. What are you doing this for?
yeah, he doesn't.
I know
have
you
to-
don't.
You could stop.
Like at that age, nobody wants to do that like every day. That's a fucking physically demanding thing to do.
Not unless he had like one of those epic rivalries with another person of the same era that like, but he
Yeah,
doesn't.
but like,
Yeah.
there's no one from that era that's still around, really.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a
Yeah.
thing. So like,
He did have a very cool rivalry with Cody Rhodes, I will admit, when he came back. It was like, a lot of people are very like, oh, this era was the best of wrestling. It was very akin to like Attitude Era, where it's like this was the most it felt like wrestling, like from like the late 1990s. So a lot of people like that. But yeah, there's no one else around who can still wrestle. Like, they're all retired. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of any name. Like, the wrestler who wrestled as Goldust still wrestles in AEW.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Dustin Rhodes, Cody's older brother, in like his 50s, still wrestles. Sting just retired this year.
He was still wrestling? That's
Sting's
crazy.
old.
I don't know. It just seems unnecessary. Like,
I mean, the people that never made the transition to like acting and stuff, they honestly, especially the ones that were like wrestling early on, probably a lot of them do still need to work because like back in the day they were not getting paid shit.
It depends
they're-
who
they're
they
still
were,
probably not getting
right?
paid shit.
Yeah,
So
only the top,
they-
the big
a lot-
like Hulk
yeah.
Hogan was making millions, but
Top wrestlers even today, like they make crazy money. But
well, the top wrestlers back then, I still don't understand. The fucking Ultimate Warrior. What the fuck?
dude,
was
he was
that all
he
about?
was just like cocaine as a person.
Did you know he
if
put out?
cocaine was a person?
He put out the most, and I mean this sincerely as a comics fan. He
Yeah,
put out
comic
the
book.
most nonsensical comic book I have
Yes.
ever seen published, and I have read some shit.
Yeah, he did put out a comic book. I forgot about that.
I didn't even know that. That's
There
fucking awesome.
there are wrestlers who do very weird things after wrestling. Don't listen to
'Cause they're
Macho
all
Man
weird
Randy Savage's
dudes.
rap album. Just don't do it.
What?
Wait a minute, Tony. Did you watch that Spoonie video?
No, I just knew he had a rap album.
That's crazy.
He did it around, I want to say it was like a very similar time to when he appeared in the Spider-Man movie. It was like a few
That
years
is
before that.
crazy.
I saw a really fucking silly, like, Twitter shitpost, I think today actually, about Randy Macho Man Savage. It was like, did you know, in order to prepare for his role in Spider-Man, Macho Man Randy Savage wrestled for 20 years, winning multiple world championships? It's like, yep, he did all that to appear in Spider-Man. It was all
Spider-Man.
training for 20
Yeah,
years before
yep.
the movie came out.
Well, he was
The most
he was
dedicated training of all
Bonesaw,
time.
right?
Yes, yeah. He was the wrestler that Spider-Man fought, which I believe was Bonesaw. He was fucking jacked at that point in time. But, yeah, man, I could talk about wrestling forever. I really can. It's one of my, it's like one of my closeted passions that I don't talk about very often.
The only thing is I know about the Ultimate Warrior because comic reviewer I liked
Yeah.
an episode on that, and then I know a little bit about wrestling just because of Team 4-Star, and they used a bit of it in like what was it? They did that. What was it? Nemechamania. because they turned Raccoon into.
Yeah, he
I
was
think they
a
turned
fucking
Raccoon
wrestler.
into basically into Randy Savage or somebody.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He was just generic. Like, let's put
Generic
all these
wrestlers, yeah.
people's personalities into one guy. But yeah, definitely something like. So I've always thought, and like this is like a very far off thing, like about making like a second YouTube channel where I just talk about wrestling stuff.
Dude, do it.
And because I'm a nerd and I could talk about it forever.
Do it.
Be entertaining.
Yeah.
Start a wrestling podcast. They'll start watching again.
Yeah.
Tony, I don't think I've ever told you that when I was a kid, I ran a website about wrestling.
No, you did not tell me this.
Yes, I did. I didn't tell you. I'm saying, but I did. do
Yeah,
it.
but you did do it. Yeah.
For many years. There's a couple hundred people that read my shit,
Nice.
even though I was a child.
I've always thought about because like we're not going to get really into it, but like professionally I work as a journalist. I've always thought about like applying for like a wrestling website to write about.
Go for it.
Just for fun.
You should.
Not expecting anything, obviously, but just to do it for teehees.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
What was the one I always used to read?
I have a guess that
WrestleZone.
Oh, you want WrestleZone?
Read that
I was
one.
going to guess No DQ. There was a wrestling site called NoDQ.com that like was one of the first
I
things
think
I got
that
into.
one's also familiar. I might have also read that. But WrestleZone, I remember, was like my top one because when I couldn't find perfectly legal avenues to watch a pay-per-view, they would do a live blog of
Yes,
the
yep.
pay-per-views of everything.
Mhm.
They would write out like fucking every move that was done in the ring. I would just like furiously refresh.
Yeah, just to see what's going on.
It was in the days before it would like update as a feed and be like 10 seconds ago and like come up on the screen. You just had to keep refreshing the page.
The dark ages of the internet.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is wild. You ever try to explain what the old internet was like to like a younger person?
It's insane to try to do that. It's like the Wild West. You know what I mean? Like
Like I had to explain to my little cousin that when I was a kid, you couldn't go online if someone in the house was using the phone.
yeah, like you just couldn't do both.
And then I had to explain what a landline was.
I have
That one like trips me up. That like it's like you don't know what a landline is.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of the opposite experience because like my dad worked in like, you know, he in his office became like the tech guy, but that was in like the 80s and 90s. He was the tech guy and somewhat into the early 2000s. And so like he has all these ideas of what the internet and technology was then that he thinks are true still. And it's just like hard to talk to him about like, no, that's not true anymore. Or like, that's not how it works anymore. So like he'll say things to me and be like, well, it's impossible to get a virus on like a Mac or like an iPhone or like get hacked. And I'm like, Dad, that was true in like the 90s because not many people owned them and Windows was so dominant that like it didn't make sense for people to develop viruses for Macs and like, you know, and shit like that, and Apple products in general. But like, not anymore.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how to tell you. When my mom was trying to get a computer for the first time, probably around like a decade ago, she's like, "I heard Macs can't get viruses." I'm like, "You heard wrong."
Yeah, exactly.
Like there was one point in time where that was a thing, but like that's not. You can
It's
get
like a
virus
long ago
just the
era.
same as everyone else.
The long bygone era.
Yeah. If you click enough sketchy links, you're gonna get one.
You're gonna get one. Just like any other computer.
Yeah.
Sorry to report.
It'll happen. You want to play like Russian roulette with sketchy links? You're gonna get one. Trust me.
Go on the 50/50 subreddit.
It's just random 50/50, but like, is it a virus, or is this
Yeah.
or is this a link to Tetris from Steve? You just don't.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
I'm not sure which option is worse at that point.
Is this a virus or is this an invite code because Steve wants to play you in Advanced Wars?
I forgot about Advance Wars. I used to play. I liked when we played like big games.
They're still playing. Him and Sheldon and
yeah, they
Miguel,
still
like
play.
I think
They
have a
still
game
play.
going.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played in forever. Years, I would say.
Years.
Advance Wars. How can I describe it? Is like
I'll be right back.
Fire Emblem, but without all of the anime characters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the combat kind of. Very similar combat, but you know Fire Emblem at all?
Not really.
Okay, so this isn't helping. Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, not really.
Fire Emblem's a game that I loved, so maybe I'll stream some Fire Emblem sometime.
Yeah.
I loved Three Houses so much. I played the shit out of that game. It's a good time. Welcome back, Colin.
Good times.
Sorry, I just
Welcome
wanted
back, Colin.
Matt was in the upper deck. I
Fear
wasn't sure
the
if he needed
deer.
help getting down here.
Prez said fear their deer. I was a blue lion when I played. But I did play through every storyline the game had. I played it that much.
Hey, no shame. Play what you like.
Play with your balls.
Yeah, no, I tried.
said
It was
that?
just harder, you know? It made things a little difficult.
I mean, like, I don't think you should ever be ashamed to be a huge fan of a game. Like, I have how many hours in Cyberpunk?
And don't be ashamed to play with your balls.
Jesus Christ.
Gondia feels more your vibe, though. I get that. But I don't know. I liked a lot of the characters from Blue Lions. I played through every storyline, and I had a lot of fun involved with them. So I can't really. I don't know. Like, I don't have a house that I'm like, this is the best house. Yeah, I was gonna say, Prez, I would literally get every single character on whatever house I was anyway. So I had all the characters. Hey, yo, what? Hero, hello. There is one. I just like to bring this up because I think it's silly. So in Fire Emblem, it's weird. Fire Emblem Three Houses, you're hired to be a professor, but like you're also like going to war at the same time, pretty much. And you have students, and those are like the characters you play with, and like you are fighting as well. But there are different requirements for people to join your house if, like, from other houses. So, there's 3 houses. So, you want person from this house number 1 and you're in house number 3, you can try to recruit them over. And in the game, you can play as either a male or female. If you play as a female, there's a character named Sylvan that will always just join immediately, no matter what you like. If you ask, just because you pick the female option, he's like, "I teach."
Well, that's not creepy
Awesome.
at all.
Yeah, it's just he
Awesome.
always joins. The tragics. Yeah. I've yet to try Fire Emblem Engage, even though I got the collectors. I have Fire Emblem Engage as well, and I haven't played it. I watched our friend Reese play it, and it looked like a lot of fun. Maybe I should play that at some point too. It's been a while since I played Fire Emblem, though. Oh, but Shamir, though? Yes. classic Shamir. But Shamir, though. I just hear it in Bo's voice for some reason. Husky said, I have not played a Fire Emblem in a long time since the GameCube. Ooh. Yeah, I was like a late adopter to Fire Emblem. I got into it like probably like a year before Three Houses came out. So I played Conquest and Fates, I think. I don't remember the names too super duper well. And they were a lot of fun, and then like I played the hell out of Three Houses when it came out. Same,
Oh,
Tony,
yeah.
same, yeah.
Random question: has anybody ever played Pokemon Conquest in here?
Yes.
Was it good?
I didn't finish it, but I liked it. If you like ROM hacks, it's worth a try.
It's not a ROM hack.
Fan game, sorry. Like, whatever you want to...
No, it's Pokemon Conquest. You know, it was.
Am I thinking of something wrong? What am I thinking of, then?
I'm legitimately not sure. Pokemon Conquest was a.
No, I've not played this, then. What am I thinking of?
It was basically what if Pokemon was Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I did not play this. What am I thinking of? I gotta figure that out.
You played a fan game one, Tony?
Yeah, there's one that, like, has, like, a very similar name. To that. What am I thinking of? Apologies. I don't know. But I have not played Conquest then. What am I thinking of? Trying to look at a list of names. Does anyone else? I'm thinking of Pokemon Insurgents, I think.
Ah. No, I love Pokemon Insurgents. I think I've repped that game in here a lot.
Train. Yeah, it's Pokemon Insurgents that I'm thinking of.
Insurgents.
You know, Insurgents, Conquest, they have similar.
So
They do.
So true, King. So true.
I also recommend if you. I know, Chance, you know Pokemon, but anybody who is interested, Pokemon Infinite Fusion got an update. It made it a lot neater.
Infinite Fusion was so fun.
Currently playing right now.
Yeah, I played a Pokemon Nuzlocke race of Infinite Fusion with Prez, who's in chat right now. And we do have plans to return eventually.
I was just really happy because I got a shiny Grimer.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
so my first shiny Pokemon was a shiny Grimer. I thought it was a glitch with my game, and I traded it away, and I'm very sad. Very sad that I did. Very sad that I did so.
You thought it was a glitch, so you traded it?
Well,
Yeah.
when you're young and you're first playing, you don't know what the hell that is.
Well, no, I got tricked by an older kid who said it was
Oh,
going
no.
to corrupt my game.
No.
I was a
Here,
very
give
gullible
it to
child.
me so I can corrupt my game instead.
Could you do me a favor?
I'll take the
Take
weight
the
off your
mouse.
back.
You see that name in default channel? Click it and drag down. No, into the channel. Like onto background noise.
I thought I
Yeah,
did.
I got it.
User was
Aha!
Hi, CK!
Hey, CK!
Hi. I was told to come say hi. I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
How's everyone?
Good. Prez, I think we've talked about this before. My first shiny was also a Wurmple.
Get out. You've got the same birthday and the same first shiny.
Yeah, sometimes it's like we were kind
Wait,
of.
I've never seen you both in the same room.
I was
Just
going to say
energetically aligned.
that. Yeah, Prez and I have the same birthday, the same shiny, first shiny. You know.
I haven't seen them in the same room either.
Yeah, I just
Strange.
think Prez and I were fated to be. That's true. He's right.
Gianna, I'd watch out. They might be soulmates.
Who am I to stand in the
First
way?
shiny was Gyarados, the classic red Gyarados from Gen 2 games. Love it.
No,
That was the
people,
first shiny-
people shit on that one, but I do think it was nice of them to give everybody a guaranteed one of it.
Yeah, so like you know what they are too. You know what I mean? Like it's like this is what you are.
You know that it's not going to corrupt your save game.
I was 10.
I'm just messing around. I could see it.
But the thing
That was
with
also
that,
proof
right?
that you shouldn't send 10-year-olds off on journeys across the continent with.
You know,
That's
it's
right.
very irresponsible, right? Like to just be like, all right, you're 10, you're a legal adult, get out there and save the world.
We're all counting
No,
on
you
The
you.
don't.
only person that can do it.
It never, but it doesn't even start as Save the World. It
I
becomes
know.
Save the World, but it's still travel around our entire country by yourself.
Yeah, you
Also,
get these
in
monsters
no way
that
are
can turn
they-
on you and eat you at any moment.
Like, in no way are they a legal adult. They're not allowed to drink or gamble or anything.
You're allowed to gamble in the Pokemon games at 10.
I
mean, you
well,
were.
I suppose in the original one. They're not in the anime though.
Oh no, yeah, I'm talking about the games, not the anime. Prez said, Tony, tell Gianna I said hi. Prez says hi.
Oh my god, can you tell Press I said hi?
Prez, Gianna says hi.
Still remember seeing that the Game Pointer was listening to War Ass and
That was
like,
so sad.
the, look what they took from us meme.
Yeah. I hated that was closed. Prez said, look, I'm just saying, it's always the single mothers sending them out at 10. They got needs, and those needs involve not having kids at home.
It's
True.
also
So
not
true.
always a single mother because in I want to say Ruby, your dad's a gym leader.
That is true. That
That
Gen
lives 2
3 is
towns
the
away.
only time, where you have a dad who lives not with the mom, and, like, the mom only ever sees him on TV.
Look, there was definite questions about their relationship, but
Yeah.
your dad was there.
Yeah, you did have. That's the only game you have a dad, I think.
Yep. Which is, I don't know if it's weirder that there's only one game where you have a dad, or that there is a game where you have a dad.
Yeah.
Um,
What
Broken
is-
home
what-
make
what
you
are you-
stronger.
One of them they ought to shake it up and make it so your dad is your parent and your mom's the one that's missing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be. It would be a subversion of expectation. I wouldn't mind
You need
it.
to have
I
a
think
change
it-
up in there eventually.
it's because, like, in the original
Press.
Yeah.
generation, like there's a distinct lack of like adult males, isn't there? Like there's
It's
there's
from
only
the Pokemon Wars.
yeah, so they're all like presumed dead. Like that's why like the main adult male you meet is Lieutenant Surge, who's a military guy.
And
Yeah.
and Giovanni and all the rocket grunts.
Well, yeah, but they're an organized crime.
They live adjacent to the law.
Yeah. I can entirely believe that they are war deserters.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would be too surprised.
Fucking
Except
hippies.
Giovanni, who's like an elitist who doesn't need to go to war.
I think he was just too rich to need to do
That's it. Only poor people go to war.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of the theme they've kept throughout all the games. Because I can only imagine that, like, in world, like, Pokemon, like, Blue and Red, like, probably aren't that far off from, like, the newest games that have come out. Like, it can't be that far in the timeline.
I don't believe there is a timeline. I think they're flying by the seat of their pants.
That is true. I think they just keep making games and adding continents.
It's like, yeah, there's a timeline. It's because there was a timeline between
There are
Gen 1 and Gen 2, because those were the only two that they ever planned to make, and then it's just that they did so well they couldn't stop making them. And now look what's happened.
It's weird that they didn't try to continue it in any way, though.
The
Except that we
Yeah.
know that they have to take place in some kind of rough chronological order because of
Yeah.
the way Gen 5's Pokemon World Tournament shows, like,
like everyone from before. Like
Which
their
champions
best
are
teams.
champions?
Yeah. The
And in
oh yeah,
is it
Prez
Gen
is correct.
7 where you meet Blue and Red again?
Technically, yes, but they show up at the Pokemon World Tournament too at Gen 5.
Yeah.
So we know for a fact that Blue and Red were champions, and also Steven and Juan were champions because they all show up in the Champions Tournament in Pokemon World Tournament.
And Prez is correct. There are at least 2 timelines in Pokemon, and the split is at Mega Stones.
Yeah. I thought the split was at fuck. The
Or is it
ultimate
when-
weapon.
Yeah, and that created one world where there are Mega Stones and one there's not.
I can't wait for them to not address that Pokemon Z to A.
Yeah, I don't know how
Well,
screwed
there's
up would
new
it
megas
be.
in that one, right?
Allegedly, yeah, they showed the Mega symbol in the trailer. So we
It'd be
can
really
assume.
funny if they did that just to screw with all of us, and there were no Megas in the game.
That would be such a dick move, and I would kind of die laughing.
It would be, but I would kind of respect them for it at the same time. It's just kind of like Dun Sparse.
That was literally just the biggest middle finger I could think of.
And the best part is I loved a Dunsparce. I was so happy when I saw that was the evolution. Like, I am a Dunsparce lover. I'm a Dunsparce believer. Yes, Hero, there are multiple timelines in the Pokemon universe.
Not only is there multiple timelines, there's also time travel, so there's probably an infinite number of timelines.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Celebi causing
I hate this.
chaos.
Well, I wasn't even thinking of
How
Celebi,
many-
just in the most recent game, like, the bad guy is a time traveler, right? And like the Pokemon you ride around on for the whole game is from the past or future, depending on which version you've got.
That's true.
I thought,
Oh my God.
I thought the Pokemon you rode. I didn't Scarlet Violet, but I thought the Pokemon you rode on was the time machine.
No.
No.
No, there's a big secret lab at the end. It's like a Resident Evil game where you find a big secret lab at the end, and then there's all like mutant Pokemon in it.
So when are we getting a Pokemon multiverse movie? I don't think Pokemon has addressed
When
the
Disney takes
multiple
over
universe.
it,
Yeah.
and it mixes with Marvel.
But
True, what a
Pokemon
good
hasn't
crossover
like
that'll be.
acknowledged
Oh,
the
God, don't
world
make me
you
vomit.
split in a really long time.
I could totally see Disney buying out Pokemon.
Never.
Yeah, Disney will buy anything they can get their hands
Pokemon
on.
might actually be one of the few entities that are too big.
They're not
I
only
don't
too
know.
big, but you have
Disney's got fuck you money.
you have to remember though, Disney sees no value in video game property. They've
Yeah,
said
not
so,
anymore.
like on several occasions.
Because they don't know how to properly do it.
Yep.
And they make just really bad. Well, actually, no. They're making that Marvel game right now. That Overwatch clone.
That doesn't count.
Apples?
And apparently, I will say. Okay, so Aries' brother is like a huge Overwatch player. And he played Marvel Rivals during the beta. And he was like, it actually feels really good. Like, it feels like this is the first time I felt like when I first played Overwatch 1 when it came out. And I was like, oh, so it's really good? He's like, yeah, it actually feels really good to play. I was like, oh. So,
A lot of the
who
characters
knows?
do seem like they're just ripped from Overwatch. So
Yeah, I
could
mean,
see, I could see it feeling as good
It
as
looks
Overwatch.
it looks like it.
So something that is wild that I'm looking at, is that Pokemon might actually again be too much money for Disney.
You think so?
The Pokemon Company is worth $100 billion.
Oh my lord!
Yeah,
and
it's,
Disney
it's the most-
itself is worth $164 billion.
it is
Okay,
it's
okay.
the most profitable franchise.
It is of all time. Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
yeah, I know, but still, Disney.
That's what I mean. Like, I
has a
think it is
history.
like one of the few
properties
like,
that they
properties
just
that I
couldn't
think is just it might actually be too big for Disney to buy. Which Disney might hear
Okay.
me say this and then try to prove me wrong, but which would be very Disney like, truthfully.
I mean, Disney can't afford it, but if Disney could convince
Okay.
whoever owns it, it would just be beneficial
Hold,
for them to
how-
work together.
How long did how much did you say the Pokemon Company was worth?
100 billion.
100 billion?
Yes.
Well, I just looked it up because I was curious. They did pay $71 billion for Fox.
Yeah. It's turning out.
So, like...
Yeah, you've also got to bear in mind, so if they're worth 164
They could.
billion, and then Disney's worth Pokemon's worth 100 billion, they can spend that 100 billion, have 64 billion left, and then all of a sudden own both and be worth 264 billion. Like the money will come back so quickly.
That is true. I view Pokemon as like one of the things that they will not be able to buy.
I mean, yeah, because there's only 5 franchises that can make Nintendo viable, right? And Pokemon is one of them, and they will not let it go.
Yep.
It's just like it's Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, and for the pandemic, Animal Crossing joined in.
I view Pokemon like cigarettes. You like whatever brand you started with, and no matter if you get hooked, it's hard to quit.
Price said, no, that's not how business works. First of all, company value is not its liquidity, which means it's not its purchasing power. Oh, that's fair. Because like the 164 billion is...
Okay, Prez, I understand. They couldn't buy it with just liquid capital, but the thing is, Disney has enough weight that they can secure enough funding. They could secure enough funding from outside sources to acquire them.
Why would they? You know?
Just because Disney has... I mean, yes, why would they? Because, like, Disney doesn't, as you know, you rightly said, doesn't see any value in video games. It could change, though, with Marvel Rivals if it's actually extremely successful, but I would doubt it. But either way, it's like it still is plausible because, like, again, it's Disney.
It is Disney. I don't know. Unless proven wrong, I just first of all, I don't think Disney would want Pokemon. But I don't think they'd want Pokemon past like the rights to have like Pokemon on Disney Plus. You know what I mean? Like I think maybe like the anime on Disney Plus would be the closest thing that would ever happen, and people buy like the rights for it to be there. I just don't.
I mean, yes, them not being a publicly traded company is definitely a barrier because there's no avenue for like a hostile takeover, which I would think is more Disney's strategy in a lot of cases.
Yeah, that is true. There's no reason for Pokemon because Pokemon can exist for like pretty much forever. Like,
yeah, it's just like we can make new Pokemon, and then if we can't be bothered to do that, we can just make variants of old Pokemon. We're fine.
Well, from what I mean, I'm a big fan of a lot of the fan games. Like, the fact is, there are so many ways that they could expand. It's not even funny. Like, hell, the regional variants is probably their best idea ever, and they barely tapped that.
Honestly, and it like I'm a Pokemon fan, right? But like that felt so fresh to be like, oh, this like you're just reusing your own ideas, but this is awesome. I love it.
Well, it solves one of the issues for me, and it's all right. You know, a lot of the classic designs are good for a reason. Let's and so if we're like a lot of us like to complain about the old designs, the way they refresh some of the older designs with the regional variants, kind of, it's a combination of it's a new thing, but it's also classic. You know, if that makes sense.
No, definitely.
Yeah, what he said.
The Goodra variant.
Yeah, for the
very mad though.
Yeah, for the fireman.
Because I love Goodra, and I don't know why the fuck they did that.
They made it a sale?
I like it just because of how, like, weird it was, if I'm being honest.
It looks sad. It looks miserable about its existence. Carrying around this giant fucking metal tail.
This is a bad time to mention that I have it in one of my Pokemon draft leagues, and it's so fun to use in it.
Well, I
Yeah,
really
I don't
like.
know. I don't know anything about competitive viability, but
I love the way they did Hisuian Arcanine,
Oh yeah, like it's
yeah, that one's cool.
and I also really liked the turning. Well, fuck it. Why can't I think? Decidueye.
Oh yeah,
Hisuian Decidueye, turning it into like a Ronin.
was cool.
10 out of 10. No notes. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of Hisuian like versions, and I'm like, ooh. Nice.
apparently they think they've leaked what the starters are
Husky.
going to be in the next one, the next
Night Husky.
Legends game.
Ooh.
Because they think the TCG, for months ahead of the last Legends game, they put the grouping of Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and the third one, Rowlet, on the front of the pack. And they've just revealed the next upcoming pack is going to have Turtwig, Totodile, and I think Tepig?
Fix that big, please.
I don't remember which one the fire type was, but it was definitely Turtwig and Totodile.
I mean, Turtwig and Totodile are two of the best starters.
Yep.
So.
I'm curious to see what they do.
I just hope they get rid of Pig Knight.
Well, it's
Pig
going to
Knight
be
is upsetting. Ember
whatever they
is
call
very
it, Big
cool.
Night.
I hate Pig Knight.
All of it is just Blaziken 2.
I just don't like
Okay.
Pig Knight.
You can hate on
But
Pig
it's
Knight all you
bulky.
like. It has one of the best
Blaziken
shinies.
is fast, Ember is bulky.
Like, Pig
Yeah.
Knight is a goat when it comes to shiny.
I could see like Blaziken and Infernape being like duplicative.
Sorry, yes, Infernape is Blaziken 2. And then Pig Knight is Blaziken 3. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but Diamond was my first game, so Infernape's the OG.
That's
I get
just
that.
denial.
Yeah,
It was your first experience. You're like, no, these are mine.
You know
I
what's
get it.
okay? Just backtracking here. You know what's really crazy? Because I was curious. I was like, $100 billion. That sounds like so much for Pokemon. Do you know how much Nintendo is worth?
No idea.
The Nintendo's market cap is $66 billion.
Which is very funny when you remember that Microsoft considered purchasing them at one point.
Yeah, but my
Recently.
point being, there's
Pokemon
like
One is
or
worth
is-
more than Nintendo
just,
is.
just this funny idea of like Nintendo or the Pokemon Company has the ability to do the world's funniest thing.
What, buy Nintendo?
Just buy Nintendo.
They could.
The
but because
Nintendo
you gotta
Switch.
keep in
I think you
mind
mean
that-
the Pokemon Switch.
Yeah. You gotta keep
Yeah,
in
but
mind
then
for
you-
Pokemon,
realistically-
they have the anime, card game, all these
Also,
other things
you've-
that make crazy
You've got to bear in
money.
mind that if they did that, then the Switch 2 would come out in blue version and red version, and each one would only have half the games on it.
I
That's really
that
good.
is crazy to me. But I guess it makes sense at the same time because, like, honestly, if Pokemon was not a game that was like almost exclusively played on Nintendo consoles, I think Nintendo probably wouldn't sell many consoles.
Yeah,
There are
correct.
people that buy consoles just to play Pokemon.
Right,
That is one of
My
the...
I've done it
sister-
before.
My
I bought
sister has
my
a
Switch
Switch,
just-
and she only plays Pokemon when Pokemon games come out.
I bought my Switch to play two games: Smash Brothers Ultimate and Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
And when I got done with both of them, I sold my Switch.
And I don't need you anymore. Bye!
My sister, who's in her mid-30s, has her Switch because she plays Pokemon on it whenever a new one comes out. I think the only other game she has is, like, Mario Party.
That sounds like my Switch, yeah.
See, I played, what was it? I played Shining Pearl, but I really wish I did.
Is that bad?
I kind of expected them to do something.
It was
Different.
nothing was there was not a single thing different about the game. That's why, like,
Yeah,
it was
like-
a remake, and instead of like old pixel art, it was chibis. Chibi's
I like the art for it. I thought it looked nice.
Usually the remakes do something to elevate the game, and this one just
To like separate it from the original.
Did
yeah.
they not even like include non-Gen 4 stuff?
Like literally, here's my big problem, right? The best Pokemon games I think ever made, not my favorite, but the objective best ones, are Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Mm-hmm.
They are remakes of Gold and Silver. But like, barring a few other weird decisions like the distribution and the level cap, like they were beautiful. They were like fresh. I don't know. They updated it in a way that was like faithful.
It was
They
like
actually did something different.
They
it
gave
was like the
everybody what
perfect
everyone wants
storm.
and had your Pokemon follow you around.
Well, yeah. I mean, the fact that they haven't been able to bring that back still.
Like, why isn't that in every game?
Yeah, it was like the perfect storm and like perfect time to make a remake.
The one I
And
don't
now-
get is why wasn't it in Black and White and Black and White 2? I understand it not being in the 3D games, but it's head scratching as to why that wasn't continued in the sprite work, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like the perfect storm of like time to make a remake. They made it well. Like if they had like Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then Heart Gold and Soul Silver, if they never made remakes after that, everyone would be like, these are the greatest things that ever happened.
It was because that they had to keep putting out a game every year, didn't they? But it was too much effort to actually put out a game every year, so they alternated between new game and remake.
Yeah.
And then they literally, and the other thing is they shopped the remake out. They didn't do it. Game Freak consulted on it, but it was done by another company.
They didn't make their own remake?
Nope.
That's crazy.
I mean, they quality controlled it, but they didn't. You know.
Yeah, but, you know. They stepped in at the end, like, at that point.
They're like, by the way, you haven't fucked it up, have you? No? Okay then.
Whoa, is that a Digimon? Oh no, we made that one, sorry.
Is that a Digimon?
You tell me we made Pokemon called Sock and Throw? No, I'm kidding.
I like Sock and
I do,
Sock?
I actually do, yeah.
Talk on D's.
I mean, that's part of it, but...
Gulpin... Slugma...
Dude, this is so cool. I just got a shiny Gulpin cum.
You don't usually say the Pokemon's name and then what you nicknamed it back to back. Tee.
You're all a bunch of weirdos, and you're all big fans of
We're weird?
Semen is another kind of milk.
Yeah.
You know, Chance, I may have forgotten you had that soundboard clip until this exact second.
I mean, I guess it's what men make instead of milk, right? Like,
You know,
I don't like... No. None of that.
I don't want to encourage Chance, but also maybe he's got a point.
what if men had to feed baby... Never mind.
I'm calling somebody. I don't know who, but...
No, it's a classic Twitter meme. That was a real tweet from a very large Twitter account.
I hope that man is no longer tweeting.
Oh no, there's still a very large Twitter account, and just the first reply to all of their tweets is like, "We won't forget," and like a screenshot of it.
Speaking of... Oh, Derek said no, I think we encourage Chance.
No, I don't think we do. I think we stop it right there. Speaking of stopping
it right there, this is where I think I'm going to call the podcast for the evening. Had an absolutely lovely podcast with everyone. Thank you for being on. So if we can get a Pickweasel and Wicklepeasel in the Twitch chat. We are legally allowed to end the podcast. Derek is home for a hostage situation, so I can only, until Gianna ruins it, he said.
You think Gianna's gonna ruin it?
Chance did it. Bam! I was waiting to see Gianna's message like pop up like right away under it. So thank you everyone for being on. Thank you everyone for hanging out in the chat. Really appreciate you. Champ subverted expectations. Yeah, there we go. Nikki said boo.
I'm completely innocent.
Usually I'm on board with the hostage situation, but at the same time it is 10:40 and I haven't eaten dinner, so
So it's time.
So I'm ready to get going.
Thank you everyone for hanging out. We will catch you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye.